last we left off our adventures, they had descended into the mines of Morden, meeting a dwarven woman named Festina, who they were who had convinced them, or at least tried to convince them, to kill the elementals, freeing them from their pain and their suffering, saying that the elementals themselves, because nothing can escape Barovia, the elementals are basically just kind of stuck in this world. And basically, not only are they away from their elemental planes, which is their home, they're basically just kind of falling apart and being primal beings of made up of primal elemental energy. They just don't know how to live or behave within the material plane, rampaging and eventually going mad. She also said that it's unethical to subjugate a race of people, just like how Strahd is sort of subjugating the people of Barovia. However, there was a little bit of a conflict at the docks before deciding. She decided that the Outlanders were taking too long, misty stepping across the gorge and rushing into the mines themselves. With that, our Outlanders followed, splitting up from the group as a giant earthen elemental burst through one of the side tunnels, engaging Irina and the other Dwarven guards. You guys continued to sneak your way deeper into the mines, managing to, along the way, put one of the chains around a mud elemental and proceeding forward. That's when you guys decided that they're under sort of Zero's sort of urging, you guys found your way towards a lift that it looked like a lift that would go to the second level of Morden itself. Strangely enough, you guys decided to take that lift, and as you did so, you guys descended down right into the grip of a lightning elemental, sort of trying to create its own lightning environment, sparking off energy, jolting into these sort of like purplish blue stones and crystals that were able to absorb the lightning energy and reflect it right back, as it was basically just putting energy in the crystal, drawing it back out. You guys took some heavy damage with, I believe, Zero nearly dying in the process before you guys managed to escape and free from the lightning elemental and arrive at. And with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give me 1 second. I'm gonna put you guys on the actual map itself. You guys arrived. You guys found that in the second level there was it sounded like there was combat. Something was punching something solid and unbreakable. And as you guys kind of arrived, you guys saw that it was a adamantine stone golem. You guys managed to bind this golem with the chains before approaching a bubble that Zero figured was called Leomin's Tiny Hut, a spell that basically creates an impenetrable bubble that does not allow creatures in to the bubble, but allows the individual caster to remain inside safe and sound. There, you guys saw that Festina was dying. She had piercing through her rib and poking to the other side a massive adamantine spike, no doubt from fighting this stone elemental. She ended up passing out, laying on the lap of her husband, Eravun Moonwalker. And try as you guys might, using everything you could, every trick you had in the book. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna move you real quick, Amu, because Larry's in a different place at the moment.
Okay,
So
I was wondering why I couldn't.
yeah, your screen's black. Your screen's black. And I'll get to you in a second.
Okay.
Surprise you guys may, you guys were unsuccessful with barely one roll off. I had asked you to succeed on a medicine check as well as, I believe, an arcana check to see how much magical healing you could. Oh no, you had to roll a specific number of healing points to be able to pull out the spike and stabilize Festina. Unfortunately, you guys succeeded one of those rules and failed the other, resulting in her passing out and bleeding out, dying in her husband's lap at the base of your feet. And that's where we ended our session, as Eravun essentially said that he wants to continue his mission to destroy the elementals so that Ilron, the keeper of Morden, was unable to use their power and strength to basically abuse these creatures, and expand the rest of the minds of Morden. He also said that Belron, Ilron's brother, the white that is hunting down the dwarves, or specifically hunting down dwarves who have knowledge of firearms and weaponry. And everyone believes him to be the most prominent target, as he's actually the originator of firearms, not Belron, who everyone believes to be the inventor of firearms in Barovia. Um, with that, that's where we're going to start our session. Larry, you were tasked with running all the way back to the city of Morden, to the other side of the bridges, to grab. You are currently
That's
creeping your
how
way
far she
through the
went.
mines. You are currently creeping your way through the mines, holding on to two large buckets of water, as apparently the plan was to use those buckets of water to take out one of the fire elementals and weaken it enough to rebind it with one of the shackles, the arcane shackles that are supposed to be used to make the elementals docile and control them. That is why you are in the mines, and that's where we're going to start with you, as you are currently creeping through the mines looking for signs of your allies. What would you like to do?
I don't know. Okay. I'm holding two water buckets, right?
Yeah, you're basically lugging around two massive buckets of water because your allies had, because you weren't here, unfortunately. The plan was,
Yeah.
because you were the most athletic person there, you were supposed to run back, grab these water buckets and help put out an fire elemental. But as you kind of arrive back, so far from where you're standing, you don't really know where your allies were. You were able to you did hear a small, very faint message telling you that they are on the second level of the mines and not to go down the mine shaft.
Uh, eh,
But that's all. Yeah, that's all they've. I specifically took a picture, I believe, of the message, and that's all they wrote. There were no other additional details.
it's, it's, what did you do this? Okay.
I just want it noted that I was not here for half of what
And
happened last
no,
session.
Ben was not there.
The
The
character was I
decision
was
to
not here, so
yeah,
that was not my decision.
the decision to go down the mine shaft was entirely Zero's curiosity,
Oh, okay. Okay.
urged on by Moonchild's. Yes.
she
Is
urged her
this
to do it.
something?
Well, she said, "Yeah, let's do it. Why not?"
I
I'm
haven't I
pretty sure
haven't watched
Moonchild
the
said something
episode yet.
similar.
I was down for the fireball idea.
Yeah.
That's what I would have been down for. Shoot a fireball.
Tekka wanted to shoot a fireball down the mine shaft.
That would have been
To
a
see
better
if there was
idea.
anything down there, but
We get a
the two
surprise. We
women
get a big
decided
jump
to
on
go with
him.
this path.
You know what? Let's just have the men make the decisions.
I knew that was coming, dude. I knew it. The moment he said the two women, I was like, no, Deku, don't do it. Don't cancel me, dude.
The
right, go
cards
ahead,
were
Armor.
played, and I took the shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this something blocking my way, or can I? Over this?
Yeah, that looks like rubble that has fallen from the ceiling. If you remember, there was combat and fighting and various different explosions. That's just rubble. You can walk
That's
through.
just
You can
rubble.
walk past it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. So as you move to the left, you can see up ahead what looks like a mine shaft or some sort of lift. You can see this, like, three set of bars, like two metal beams holding up a thick wooden bar across, and like a set of like ropes tied off near the top. It almost looks like the bucket of a wishing well, like that's lowered, and you can see that these two hand cranks here that are used to lift and lower the platform. Looking down with your dark vision, you can only see about 60 feet, and you can't see the bottom. Like the shaft goes deeper than 60 feet.
Okay, so they told me not to go down again.
They just said that they're on the second level and did not go down the mine shaft.
Okay, so that looks like it's going. Nice. Or a ladder.
Okay.
don't know how she could
Go
do
ahead and
that.
roll me a stealth check as you make your way past this like sort of this intersection. You can see a small little ember elemental, just like almost docile, kind of dull, just like almost he's kind of like just like bumping his head up against the lantern, and you can see that lantern is like wide open and half of it's melted. If you remember correctly, that's where the ember elementals were locked to serve as like a living light source. Yeah, okay. So with a stealth check of 6, you believe yourself stealthy enough as you start inching through the the tunnels. As you walk past that rubble path, one of your foot kicks a large stone. And you hear a click, 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 click as it bounces along, and you freeze for a moment. And you're not sure if anything heard.
Going.
Yes. At the moment, you're not sure if you are alone or followed, but
I think that means
Honestly, I
followed.
don't even- This is like a maze. How was I supposed to figure out anything? I'm gonna be lost here forever.
Wait, just so I know, whose idea was it to wander away from where they let Amu away from?
whose idea was it
whose idea was
for Larry to go get the buckets of water?
No. Whose idea was it to be like, hey, you go get the buckets of water, and then then after she left, decided let's go explore.
No, zero.
Let's go away from where we
Zero.
left her.
Moonchild didn't
Where
really
she
stop
have
her.
no idea.
I always
Larry.
follow.
Yeah, Larry, as you approach this room, you can see it looks like almost like a meeting place of some kind. You can see tools like hammers, nails, tools, a small couple beds. This looks like where the dwarves would have like rested, had their meetings before they went about their day doing the mining. You can see right in front of you a massive rubble, pile of rubble kind of just on the ground. As you approach, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Okay.
Perceptivity check.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perceptivity.
Gotcha. You continue to move forward. Where are you going? Which direction are you going? Through the rubble, going around the table, trying to sidestep the rubble? Okay.
Around it.
As you go move around the table, up ahead you can see a flickering flame, and you can feel heat rising in the room.
Gonna be baked alive.
Uh-oh.
You do recall that there was a fire element up the lead, and this is the reason why that you're grabbing. You were supposed to get those buckets. Each bucket holds about 5 gallons of water, and it's kind of swishing about as you're trying your best to move through the through the mines. But as you kind of press yourself up against that weapons rack, as well as tool rack, the heat gets more intense, and you can hear this fire swirling.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
It's
I'm gonna move. Actually, I'm gonna move. Crap. How do I make it so you all can see the scene? So it's not. All right. Give me 1 second. I am going to give everybody temporary vision on Larry, so at least you guys can see what's going on. So at least you guys aren't just kind of sitting around.
Temporary.
I was gonna
hacks,
ask
let's
because
go.
of recording, but I was like, I don't know if that's even possible. So
No, it's possible. Give me 1 second here.
Is there like a spectator mode you could throw us in?
No, I'm just gonna change the permissions really quickly. Did that work?
I think so. Wait,
Can you guys see?
Where's Lair? Where's Lair?
everything's
Right here.
dark. Like I don't see anything.
Yes, very darkness.
Right there.
No, nothing.
I don't see a player.
Oh wait, so everything's just black for you?
Not completely black. Like we could
it's
see the
dark.
outline of the tracks It's just darkened, and then right where this is all black. Like I could send you a picture on Snapchat.
Oh yeah. Send me a picture.
It's hard to explain.
Maybe I have to put you ownership.
Camera is making it a little brighter than what it is.
How about now? Did that change anything?
I can refresh.
Everything should be dark, and the only thing that's left should be Amu, obviously, because she has the vision for this.
I don't see Amu. Is
I
the
sent
only thing
you
that
a
I'm
picture of
not
what we see, or a quick video.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I refreshed and it worked.
Oh yeah, try to refresh the page.
Okay, I'll refresh too.
Okay, so Larry, you've pressing yourself, and as you kind of slightly peek around the corner, you can see this approaching fire elemental. At the moment, it seems to have not noticed you, but you are
No.
in its path as it's starts to approach.
Okay.
What would you like to do? The heat is now
I got
intense, and you
water.
can see sweat like dripping and pouring off of your face. Like
I guess I'll just go like yeah and throw one of the buckets of water. on.
Yeah! Hit him with the
Okay.
yeah!
Okay, so go ahead and make me a dexterity check.
Oh.
Actually, I think it'll be dexterity because you're basically you have to manage to get all that water on the creature without spilling it on the ground. So
That's
Go.
true.
nice. So the first one you watch is
Pretty good, huh?
this swill of water crashes on 5 gallons worth of water. You're strong, barbarian. So you watch this creature. It's gonna take, for every gallon of water, it takes 10, so it takes 50 points of cold damage as the water hits it right in the chest. As you can watch the flames. Oh, that's not. It did not. Okay, there you go. You watch as the flame starts to flicker, but it's still standing. As some of it's going, flickering and fading away. It's surprise at the moment, so you have one more action before initiative starts.
I throw the other one.
Okay, go ahead. Roll me a dexterity check. So you huck the other bucket right at the creature.
And then a bigger fire elemental comes out.
Yes. Go ahead. Roll me another
Honestly, I
dexterity
feel
check.
like that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, you almost rolled 19 twice. Yeah.
As you launch the water at the creature, only about half of the bucket gets on the creature. Its mouth is like sizzling steam. Your skin. It's a good thing you're tiefling with resistance to fire. As like sweat is pouring off your brow. This steam covers the entire sort of like area. It's gonna take 25 points of cold damage, and you can see most of the flames is flickering, and it looks like it's about to flicker away. We're gonna have to roll initiative for you,
Okay.
as you are now going to fight the fire elemental. With that, the rest of you down on the other level, you are with Aravun at the moment. What would you guys like to do? Larry, you go first. So go ahead.
Immediately died. That's before we stopped, right? Right after she died.
Yes, you stopped. Well, we stopped right after she died. Festina's died. You guys managed to pull out the adamantine spike, but like her internal organs, you guys basically eviscerated it.
Why can't I roll? I don't know what advantage.
Give me 1 second. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I know why, but let me see. Okay, yeah, so it's a normal roll. Go ahead.
Highlighting advantage.
It's okay. You hit the creature, whacking it. Yeah. It's because you have the hidden thing. You watch as the fire element. You strike its form, and fire sparks off of the creature, like kind of like reflecting back upon you. Great. That's you have an extra attack.
Right, we're gonna
I think Ryan disconnected. Hello? Okay. Amu? The one that's disconnecting?
Okay, nice. You, in turn, as your arm kind of hits the creature, its body kind of some of the fire kind of sparks off into you, and you take 1d10 fire damage, which is reduced. So you take 2 points of fire damage as this flame kind of flickers your body, but as a tiefling, you are at least resistant to the fire. Okay, awesome. You end your turn?
Wait.
Yeah, do you end your turn? Okay, so you use your action,
Oh yeah.
bonus
I'm
action.
done. Yeah.
Okay. You watch as the fire ranger rears up its hand, and it's gonna go, and its mouth kind of opens up, and you can see as this stream of fire just spews out of its mouth, encasing you in fire. Yep, you take 24 points of fire damage unless you make this dexterity save. You also have Hellish Rebuke if you want to Hellish Rebuke him back, I believe.
I will.
Okay.
It's not.
Did it? Oh, you might have already used it, actually.
Hellish Rebuke?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Do you not have Hellish Rebuke?
Was it because it was distance attack?
No, yeah, you've already used it.
Okay.
Did anything pop up for you?
No.
Why is it not dexterity saving throw against the fire elemental?
Oh wait, that popped up.
What popped up?
In the chat?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. You found that. Okay, nice. You take 24 points of fire damage, but you are resistant to fire, I believe. Yep. So you take 12 points of fire damage. This fire pokes your body. That's gonna be the end of its turn. It's your turn again. It's flames. Your clothes are basically in tatters right now, barely hanging on by a thread. The automation's weird, right? Okay, nice. That hits. You swing your hammer at the creature. Fortunately for you, you have a magical weapon. As the creature, you watch as now the fire's flickering. Most of it is kind of dissipating, and the only thing that's basically left is its head, and it's part of its torso. It looks like it's about to fall over. But the fire blocks back. The backdraft of the fire hits you back, and you take.
What is fire for?
1d10. Wait, on your screen, did something pop up on your side?
Something said fire form damage.
Oh yeah, you have to roll that. Sorry, yeah, click that.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Now, so you take 2 points of damage, and now you are encased in fire. That's why I was confused. That automation didn't pop up. I didn't realize it was on your end. But yes, you are completely covered in fire at the moment. You have another attack?
I can drop and roll.
You completely whip, but your attack goes completely wide, smashing into the ground. You have a bonus action. What would you like to do?
I guess I quickly drop and roll.
Dousing the fire will cost you a action, but if you want to, you can drop and roll, and as a bonus action, douse the fire, but you'll be prone.
Oh, okay. That's probably not a good idea. All right.
Okay. And your turn. You reach the creature, digs its hands into you, and it's gonna use its touch attack on you, and it's gonna touch you twice. Which is this like the last remnants of its like flickering fiery form is gonna go make an attack against you. Okay.
Not good.
Okie dokie. You watch this fire. Lights you up. You are now considered ablaze as you take 7 points of fire damage, halved because you are, of course, resistant to fire. And then it's gonna go one more time and hit you, as you are currently lit on fire. That hits as well. The fire kind of ignites you. You take 4 points of fire damage. Both of you guys are hanging on a thread. It has 6 HP. You take, for being on fire, twice being on fire, you take...
Oh my god, I'm so...
You are down to 3 HP. It's your turn. You have 2 attacks. It has 6 HP left.
Damn.
Come on, Amu. What did you like? If you guys were up here, you would see this just fire. Yeah, Amu's like Larry's literally encased in fire, swinging her warhammer at the creature, trying to destroy the limit. Versus that, boom, completely misses.
Oh no, she about to get fucked.
You're on time. You have inspiration. You're on time.
I have his face.
But you also have 2 attacks, right?
You have 2 attacks. You can try one more attack to see if that one hits.
Okay.
That hits you. Boom. Go ahead. Let's see how much damage you do. You have to roll higher than a 6.
1.
Or 6 or higher.
Yes.
How do you do this? How do you want to do this? As you, how do you kill this creature? It's literally just encasing you in fire.
Jeez.
Sorry, hold on. I started coughing. Alright. I guess I just screamed.
Yeah, you just as you if you guys were up here, you would just see boom, boom, bashing this creature as you watch it. The fire literally as if she's stomping out a campfire. Stomps out the creature, just fire. Whichever immediately you drop. You drop, duck, and roll on the ground, dousing out the fire, getting rid of the flames that are encasing your body.
Oh my god.
You are at 3 HP. The adrenaline like burning and thumping through your ears. We're gonna I figure out. I'm gonna let you figure out what you want to do. I'm gonna let the others go back to the other scene.
It's not good. I thought Alma was gonna be what was gonna help us fight the other thing, but now she's just as hurt as we are. So never mind.
I'm worse. I have only 3 HP left.
No, yeah, that's how half of us are.
Well, yeah, but you basically took down a water elemental on your own, which is an impressive feat that none of the others can say they've done. An entire fire elemental on your own. Those creatures have more than 100 HP. So that was really good fight. The rest of you, the rest of you, we return to the scene with.
Am I disconnecting?
I think he froze.
It did that earlier, but it was me that was disconnecting, and so you guys just kept on playing while he was frozen for me. I was like, hello? And then it came back. I'm gonna have to go pick up Lori, so I'm not even gonna get a chance to. So Ryan,
we're all gonna die.
Can you hear me, Ryan?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. My guy would, I think, would follow. I don't know how to say this.
The quickest path to death and stupidity.
Sorry. Before I was cut out, before I DC'd, Festina is the body of Festina is laying across her husband's lap. He's just kind of like quietly mourning, like tears kind of streaking down his face. You can see the electro railgun kind of sitting next to him. This sort of like strange, incredibly designed railgun, which I believe I could just show the artwork to you guys real quick here. Look at the item. It's this like strange electric railgun with this like weird telescoping kind of sight on it, and at the bottom, like where you would reload the thing, is this empty. It has 2 chambers. One that's filled with this crackling electric energy, and the other one is empty. At least that's what the gun looks like, and he's quiet at the moment, not saying anything as he's sort of mourning his wife. What would you guys like to do?
I like the gun. You're gonna steal it away.
No.
Fine.
We can ask him for it after the job is done.
I'm gonna go.
I'm
We
sorry
offered
we
to
couldn't
entertain
be more help.
Yeah, as you say that, Ervun nods, and he goes, it's not as I expected, but Christina and I, we made our decisions. Aside from destroying the elemental, remember, we must destroy my weapon plans. Should Belron get his hands on them, this weapon would be the least of Barovia's worries. There are more dangerous thoughts that I have put on pen and paper. They need to be burned and destroyed. My workshop is further in the mines. Once we reach there, we'll burn the scrolls, torch the place, and finish off these creatures.
The undead guy is his brother? Or the king's brother?
Belron is the white. He's the keeper's brother. But
Keepers.
Belron and Ervun, using Ervun's, because Ervun has an immense knowledge in the arcane as well as alchemy and engineering, he and Belron worked together to create firearms. Everybody thought it was Belron's invention and like the originator of the idea, but it was actually Ervun. And it seems like Belron wants to kill everyone who knows how to make firearms and claim them for Strahd. At least that's what Ervun's theory is.
I'm gonna steal all the fucking plants and make my own weapons of destruction.
I have to go get Lori, but I don't want to leave him in charge.
Oh, you're gonna go get Lori?
I have to go get her. Yeah, she gets out in 10 minutes.
Okay, well, you guys gonna break then for 10 minutes?
I was gonna
I feel
say,
like
would
this is-
taking a pause be weird?
Okay,
Or is that
let's
okay?
do.
I think
I was
that's
gonna
fine.
say
I don't
just
mind.
go on, but I don't trust Deca.
Who needs a break from just soloing an
No
elemental?
matter what, I'm stealing as many weapon plans as I possibly can, okay? So you go pick up your girl. I'll still be here to steal shit when you get back.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
As long as we help this guy with his final duties, that's fine with me. I don't care. I mean, I want his gun. No. All right, I'll be back.
And you didn't stop. I mean,
I
yes,
should have
the
stopped.
death of someone that's loved is sad. But if you always grieve and think of yourself in a negative light, then you'll never know what you could have done to more people.
He looks
don't
at
even
you.
have
He
to
looks,
make
and
weapons.
very intelligent.
he looks at you with
Can
this massive
that-
intensity, and he goes, "My weapons led to death, and it didn't even defeat Strahd. The weapon that I made Belron is being used at this moment to hunt down the dwarves that I swore to protect with my own inventions."
Yes, that is true, but you're smart enough to also make a back safe as well. If you could use your smart, just because you made bad decisions, that doesn't equal the fact of what's going on right now. You're still smart, and you can still find a better way to make things better for the people around you.
Exactly. And look at these chains keeping that creature, this elemental creature that weighs thousands of pounds, down forever until it rots. I mean, that would take forever for it to rot away. And these chains are going to do that. Like, what you've invented here can help so many people. You're giving access to materials that otherwise would have been impossible to get because these creatures would have killed everyone. You don't have
These
to make
creatures
just
would have
weapons.
never killed anyone had I not summoned them to this plane.
At the end of the day, everybody makes bad choices, everybody makes mistakes. But if you keep beating yourself up and being upset about it, then you're not going to get anywhere, and you're just going to keep making more mistakes at the end of the day.
He glares at you and he goes, "That is a blasé answer for someone who has not known the 60, 70 years of struggle after the previous heroes' deaths."
You're right, I don't know it, But you know what? At least I'm trying to do something to prevent more accidents to happen.
And you don't have to
We're
create
not
weapons.
doing a great job at it, but we're still learning. It's a learning process
You
for everybody. Plus, I lost my
are
entire crew
learning
because
process.
I made a huge mistake. You're not the only one that's lost somebody here.
No, but I was the one that had unleashed the power of firearms and weaponry upon Barovia.
And I'm the one
I
that brought
brought
my
an
entire
entire
team down
race.
to death.
He looks at you and goes, I am sorry for what you have experienced. But
But
this is
I'm not
not.
gonna let that defeat me.
Oh, this has not defeated me. Not yet. I am righting my mistakes. I am destroying every inch of knowledge that I have accumulated. And after I kill Belron, or he kills me, firearms will cease where they stand.
Instead of destroying your knowledge, maybe give it to people that can actually help.
He chucks those, and you can see this sort of like look of disdain across his face. He goes, the problem with power is that someone, somewhere will abuse it. It
Yeah,
may not be
that's
you.
life.
It may. Wait, say that again? Sorry.
Oh, I just said, yeah, that's just life. There's always going to be someone who wants power, but at the end of the day, you can't. The only thing you can do is to give those weapons that you have created to other people and help them as much as possible. At the end of the day, someone is always going to want power, no matter if you created it yourself or not. Someone's going to find a way to create power. So, since you have that ability already to where you have this amazing technology that you've made, you just give it to the right people and help. And even if you can't find the right people, you do that yourself.
Roll me a
I'm not the
persuasion check.
best at explaining.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm not the best at
me look at
explaining
that.
feeling stuff, but it's just where's but
Roll me a
it's
persuasion check.
more of a fact that you shouldn't just destroy it. Where's persuasion?
It should be PER, maybe? I think that's a little note thing. There's my HUD. Okay. He looks at you and he goes, it is not simply destroying my knowledge that I am after. It is destroying my knowledge with the precise understanding that if Belron still stands, he will use it for darkness. You may claim to be able to use it for good and keep yourself controlled, but weapons will always be used for darkness. Hello.
Hello.
Weapons will always be used
And my
for
headset.
darkness. And unless you can guarantee the death of that white and the destruction of Strahd, my weapons will go. There's nothing you can say to change my mind.
I can guarantee I will give it my last breath.
He looks at you and he goes,
You have to realize we were brought here from another world to defeat Strahd in the. And
he laughs. Yeah, he laughs directly in your face. He goes, you, 1,330 years of heroes and glorious champions of light.
Yeah.
And they have failed one by one by one.
At least we're fighting.
another
we're still
one.
Trying.
Oh, I will try. But I will try with what is known. I will not unleash unknown power to those who do not know how to wield it. And I will not.
We can't learn how to will it if you don't teach it.
And I will
Probably don't
never
teach it.
teach it to you.
I mean, I don't want to learn it. I don't think I'm capable of learning. It seems way more advanced. All I'm
Good.
saying is that there's people out there who are willing to fight and willing to help. And you're just gonna shut them all out because you had one bad egg.
He laughs again. He goes, one bad egg. The history of the dwarves of Moradin are littered with corruption,
Yeah.
God's influence, the creeping darkness of Barovia. There are things out there that are terrifying, and Strahd is not the only one claiming such power. He points to Moonchild's staff. That is another such thing. I will not allow those touched by the Shadowfell to argue the sake and protection of my home. You do not belong here, Outlander. And I will not
No,
allow
I
such
don't, but I'm
weapons
here.
to disappear. You are here,
You're right. I don't belong
and you will
here.
die, just like the others. The story of Six ends with the death of Strahd, and believe me, I have lived long enough to see dozens of
So
Six
what you're saying is that you give up.
disappear. I am not
Because
giving up.
you have. Literally, this is what it sounds like. You're giving up on people who are trying to help you.
Larry, you weren't there, but he goes, I have not given up. I will try my best to kill Belron. And should I fail, then so be it. But unleashing powerful weapons such as mine upon Barovia with the goodwill and optimism of a naive child is ignorant and stupid.
Right.
And the subjugation of an entire race of beings, we are no worse than Strahd. Hello. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but this is intense roleplay. Yeah. I mean, you rolled kind of low.
Yeah,
And you know,
I figured.
given not only that, but just given everything that's happened, history, past, he seems, just looking at him, you can get a sense that he's very adamant on his path. Obviously, you guys can always try to stop him, but obviously he's probably going to fight back. So it's up to you guys what you want to do, but at the current moment,
I don't know. Me personally, I do not know why. Like, it's so weird. You're weird. He's a weird guy.
I'm gonna stream it so I can see where we're at until I'm home.
yeah.
I know like the information at the very least, but
I can stream it real quick. It's not a big deal.
precious.
The mic.
Huh?
Mute the mic. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so basically we're back where we were last session. Festina just died. Larry, while you guys were coming home and getting to your computers, I had Larry do a mini role play by herself as she traversed. She managed to make her way down after fighting that fire elemental. She fought the fire elemental. Had a rough time. Good thing she's a tiefling. Would have been really bad.
Anything else would have died.
Probably,
Becca.
yeah. The combination of a
Dead
tiefling
again.
barbarian really saved Larry's life. But at the current moment, you guys are kind of gathered here around Eravun, the corpse of Festina. Decca just grabbed a 10-pound chunk, or 12 pounds total, 12 pounds worth of adamant ore, and is holding on to it. Eravun didn't stop him at all because he was just like, whatever.
I was gonna do the same. So
Did we
and
try to help him?
tried to help him. No, you guys haven't really done anything yet, to be honest, because like people weren't here. Larry, on the other hand, for Larry had an intense roleplay moment, you know, between Eravun and his and tried to convince him to basically not destroy all of his technological advancements and marvels. But he seems, unfortunately, with a rather low charisma check or persuasion roll, he seems adamant on destroying his blueprints, his designs.
I have a question.
No, yeah.
Honestly-
Look, me as a DM, those were great arguments, right? But sticking as the character, right? You know, given what he's been through, what his goals were before you guys arrived here, how it all sort of triggered his relationship with Belron, you know, the dwarves and stuff. Yeah. No, that was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, no, that was awesome. No, that was some great role play. But given what has happened, everyone seems very determined to carry out his mission, and at least he's trying to take down Belron. Try to right his mistakes, because they were friends, right? They were inventors, they were engineers, alchemists, mages together. And then something happened between then, the fight with Strahd, with the army of the previous 6 heroes, The forces of good and light. Something happened between that fall and loss or whatever. There's still something missing. The full story isn't there yet. I would say that's what Larry kind of gets, is that there's this one missing link. So far, it's making sense up into this one section where something's missing between why he's so adamant and why Belron is back. There's a missing link, but that's I would say I'll give it to you that like you figure out there's some other missing factor or link. But after that conversation with everyone, you go back to reading your book, the miner's book. The book is sort of like a journal. It basically just details. And while I explain to Larry what she's reading with that book she picked up, you guys try to think about what you want to do. Before we head out.
Did she ask him to join us to help fight Strahd in Vermont?
Larry basically said that, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but Larry said like, "Oh, have you given up?" And he said, "No, I'm gonna try to take out Belron and right my wrongs."
She didn't ask him to join,
Yeah, she didn't
No.
ask him to join about Strahd, and she didn't mention anything about like what happens after you lose or win against Belron.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
and that's
pretty
what I'm gonna say after that. I'm gonna say,
Okay.
Why don't we fight them together then?
Okay, yeah, I'll get to that answer in a second. Larry, as you kind of flip through the book, it's a journal. It details what appears to be the way that it's written and the language. Do you know Dwarven, actually?
I don't think I do. I think I'm just
Oh,
reading
wait,
the
fuck,
book.
then. Wait, I'm sorry, I think we're stuck then. He's a dwarf, yeah.
Shit.
This is written
I just look at it, I'm like,
in
oh.
Dwarven.
I
Yeah. Let me double check. Yeah, you don't know Dwarven, so
Wait a minute.
my bad. Actually, I can't even explain. I can't
I'm
even explain
reading
it to you.
through it. Yeah, I'll be reading through it, and then like halfway through the book, I'm like, yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
She'll be like,
You're like reading this Dwarven scroll.
interesting.
Like, guttural explanation, but you're just like,
So much information.
Yeah, you have no idea. You guys watch as Larry like plays off the fact that she doesn't know what she's doing. She spends the next like 15-20 minutes pretending to read. You have no idea what you're reading.
Books
right
upside down.
Yeah,
Jokes on you guys. I can't read.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jess.
I still want to learn that spell for the long rest.
The Lumen Tiny Hut. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's something that you could probably. We'll get to Ben's question first. Ben, as you
Yeah.
ask, can Ben hear? By the way.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, sure. Ben, as you ask him, like, oh, why don't you join us to fight Strahd? You see Arvon look down for a moment, kind of just stares at the corpse of his wife and kind of still holding her. There's still tears are drying on his face, but he goes, I will try my best. I will enhance your weapons. I will build you new ones. I will not design new prototype weapons, firearms, none of the like. But bring me the weapons that came before. Swords, daggers, armor, and I will do my best to enhance them. But first, Belron needs to die. If he does not, I cannot help you.
I have a question.
Again, his singular role. Okay, we'll go to Jazz. Jazz. Or sorry, we'll go to Zero. Zero, you asked Arvon about learning the spell. He goes, if there is time, I can teach you Leomin's tiny hut. However, he looks at all of you, goes, well, given how rough you all look, perhaps a rest is in order. There is no rush now that my wife is dead. Although, I would like to give her the proper send-off dwarves all deserve. You watch as he like raises his hands and kind of like mutters an arcane, a set of dwarven like arcane words and language. And whoever wants can roll me an Arcana check to see if they recognize the spell.
Okay. I kind of can't if someone can roll for me, but
Yeah, I can go ahead and roll for you.
thank
Can I
you.
roll too?
Yeah. Like I said, anyone who wants to roll can roll.
Okay.
I know nothing. Brain empty.
Like, uh-oh, no
Let's do
brainy.
this.
Okay, give me
Yeah,
one second to reload my page.
Me and Larry are like, what the hell is this shit?
Sorry, I had to reload my page. It's kind of being glitchy.
it's me with the book.
You're pretending you're like,
know
oh
this.
yeah, I totally get this.
Oh wait, I have comprehend language.
Like, it's
To
that one
Be able to
thing.
read that book.
You do have comprehend
Oh
language.
yeah. Oh look, perfect. I totally knew what was in this book, but here, maybe you.
All right, we'll go with the Arcana check
I will
first.
gladly take it.
Okay, so with a 7, with
Oh, I
a
got a
3, yeah, you got a 7.
Damn.
Remember, you're exhausted. You have 3
That's
points
true.
of exhaustion, so you're gonna take a -3 on every d20 roll. Larry, did you roll your Arcana check? Did you want to roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and roll your Arcana check.
Oh, you want me to roll again?
Oh, I don't see it on my thing, so do you remember what you read?
It's
Yeah,
oh, you
6.
wrote in it. You rolled in
6? Okay.
intelligence.
Oh,
Wait, they all say intelligence. That's
Arcana.
weird.
No, it's Arcana. No. Well, in parentheses is what the actual stat
Oh,
attribute is. It's always
okay,
written like that.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
that's the language of
Oh
D&D.
yeah, my intelligence.
Okay,
is like
yeah, I
+4.
got you.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
with all of you guys rolling pretty roughly, you don't recognize the spell that's cast. But as you watch, you can see that the corpse of Festina seems to almost halt in time, almost as if the decay and the sort of like bloating that you would expect from a corpse seems to stop. And he looks down at the corpse of his wife and goes, "That should allow her to rest until I can properly send her into the river of Moradin." He looks at all of you and says, "If we are resting, I can create another hut. And from there, we can prepare for the battle ahead. The most important elemental to destroy is that lightning one. It powers the advanced instruments that Ilran would have. If that is taken away, Ilran would have a much harder time replicating my success. And once my plans and designs are destroyed, the only person with that knowledge would be me. And whether I die by Balron's hand, the hand dealt to me by Barovia, or time itself, no other person shall have that knowledge."
Oh, what the fuck? Think I'm an animal?
So, are you guys ready for the long rest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
long rest. Yes.
I
100%.
first in the dirt.
I wanted to say that you can count me in on that fight.
Oh yeah, that shit. You're welcome.
Yeah, you watch
follow
as this hut materializes, and you guys all move into the hut. And it's basically it's not a hut. It's just Leoman. Erwin kind of explains. He goes, "Leoman was a renowned arcanist. I heard from Faerun. He created this so-called hut almost as a jibe to his fellows, but it is simply a dome of force field, you might say. It will protect us. No creature can come in or out, but the moment that you leave, you cannot re-enter. Even I cannot re-enter. Should I leave, the spell ends. So, we've got time to rest, and time for whatever questions or work you might want to do. Leave me my sadness." And with that, go. I'm gonna trigger everybody to have a long rest, of course. Give me 1 second.
I fall.
But
first.
yeah. Whatever people want to do. So during a long rest, basically you have about 2 hours of very light activity. So reading, no exercise, studying and stuff, but nothing arduous. Then you actually have to sleep or meditate in case of the dwarves. And I guess technically the corpse doesn't need to sleep. Your body just kind of like you basically just wait for your body to naturally stitch itself back together. Is essentially what's happening. But the rest of you, I will trigger a long rest for. But you do have 2 hours roughly to do whatever you want, or ask any questions, or prepare anything at the moment. So.
When do you? I did want to ask him a couple.
Yeah. Okay. But you, 0. You approach Aragorn and you ask him about this spell, and he says, "Right, this here." Watch as he kind of like digs around in his cloak, and he pulls out his spell book and he hands it to you before flipping to his page. And he goes, "Oh, you know Dwarven?"
I can use comprehend language to understand.
Okay, yeah. So comprehend language, I believe, is a ritual spell as well, right?
Yes.
Let me double check.
I
Yes,
think
it is
so.
a ritual. Yeah, it's a ritual spell. Okay, so you spend the next 10 minutes prepping out the spell. Doesn't cost a spell slot, which is good. And as he hands the book to you, you can see the words, like the Dwarven lettering, start to shift and morph into common that you can understand. And it's a complex spell. It's a spell. Give me. Sorry, pull it up. Sorry, no. It is an evocation spell. Third level spell that you actually, I believe, have the ability to learn. I'm gonna double check here for Bard. You will have to replace one of your original spells, obviously.
Which section?
You would have to replace a third level spell. So you've got Hypnotic Pattern, Mass Healing Word, and Thundering Voice. You
What
would
was the
you
first one you said?
Hypnotic Pattern, Mass Healing Word, and Thundering Voice. And in the
Hypnotic.
meantime, I'm gonna go and okay. Give me 1 second then. I am going to trigger your long rest, guys. Give me 1 second here. But you want to get rid of Hypnotic Pattern?
I think so. Unless I can wait until I get home to read through my little journal to make sure I'm getting rid of the right one.
Yeah, we can wait until you get home. It's no big deal.
Yeah, because I literally just got home, so I'll be away for a second.
That's fine. I am going to go ahead and trigger the long rest for you guys here. Boom. Make sure you finish your long rest. You would be able to get your abilities back.
Oh my, all of us.
Larry, go ahead and trigger your long rest.
All right.
Did that pop up for you or no?
It
Tell
did.
me. Okay, gotcha. Cool. All right, so
I'll be back.
and then Erebin, of course, gets his long rest, so you get his spell slots back. Cool. All right, so within that,
could I? Sorry,
Yeah.
I wanted to study. I have to like study my gun or something before I'm able to be proficient in it.
you need to practice. Just by looking at it, you won't be able to. You need to actually fire it at
Do
targets.
not fire it in here, please.
You actually need to practice using it in like a controlled environment. Otherwise,
Okay.
you'll be rolling with disadvantage, and your chance to basically jam the gun is going to double.
Would I be able to learn how to like better use the herbalism kit?
Yeah. Do you have herbs to try? You need to have herbs to try to actually try to make stuff. Typically, whenever an apprentice starts to learn herbalism, they're done in a setting with the proper beakers, with the proper not beakers, sorry, the proper needlework tools, a master to guide them. You basically will be rolling with disadvantage without someone teaching you how to do it.
Oh wait,
You,
I also have a healer's kit.
you can do the healer's kit as well too, but again, you'll be rolling with disadvantage because no one's teaching you. You're trying to just learn on your own.
Oh, shit.
I would say that as a thief, you would have known like there are institutions of learning, hospitals, academies, universities that teach people how to get better and learn and do these things. And without a someone teaching you, a master or just an ally or something teaching you how to use it, you're going to be very lopsided with it. You're not.
Yeah. Okay, never mind then.
I mean, you can always try, obviously, but
You send it.
That's all right.
okay, cool. All right. So in the meantime, so Larry's conked out for the next 8 hours. This Leoman's tiny hut only lasts 8 hours. So at the end of that 8 hours, you guys watch as the bubble dissipates. During that time, everyone has basically just been sitting vigil for most of the time. but he did sleep a little bit, and he kind of just slept leaning up against the cart. He also spent some time kind of like twiddling with his gun and making sure that it's cleaned properly before continuing.
Nice.
And go ahead, Ben. I know you had a question.
I just wanted to read a little. You said we could do like 2 hours worth of reading or something light.
Yeah, just light stuff, nothing
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah,
Just that I wanted to read my dragon book.
your dragon book. Gotcha. Yeah, the Tales of Dragons, the Notes of Bolar. Cool. Give me 1 second. Let me pull that out. Go ahead and roll me a investigation check. DC 13. Let's see how good you are at reading and if you're able to uncover any good information. Oh,
13.
right on the dot. Yeah, it's I'm gonna say because it's on the dot, it's gonna take you the whole 2 hours of reading, trying to decipher the notes from Bolar. Okay. What do you want me to just give you a random dragon, or is there a specific dragon you're looking for, like a specific
For
dragon
the
type?
undead one that's on the mountain.
There are, yes. Okay. So give me 1 second here. Let me pull.
The one Loshar told me about.
Okay. Yeah. It's all hearsay. Bolar notes that. So Bolar himself is a human Barovian sort of scout adventurer. One of those individuals that sort of allied themselves with one of the previous heroes of 6 in one of those years. He never really precisely tells you in the book like what year he's from or like which adventures he's with. He's very vague about it. It's actually the reason why is at the beginning of the book there's basically an author's note that it says like, let me read the author's note. I have written here my tales and notes from my travels across the lands of Barovia. While dragons might be commons in those outside of our demiplane, here there is a handful that are known, and others that are but hearsay and rumors upon the wind. I note here that I will not tell you when and where I was born and lived, for fear that if Strahd finds my decaying corpse, he may resurrect me for something dark and dangerous. So, read on, readers, if you would like to know more about dragons and how to defeat them. As you go through that, as you continue and flip through the book, he says that undead dragons themselves. Well, let me pull up my notes for the undead dragon. Yes, sorry. Give me 1 second here. I gotta pull up the stats. And sucker. Yeah, you go. Cool. He said, you learn that undead dragons basically have the properties of like a zombie or a corpse. They have the ability to basically resist death unless struck down by radiant magic and energy. Or, of course, if you can find a weak spot between their scales, which, mechanically speaking, translates to a critical hit. You have to kill it with a critical hit or radiant damage. The undead dragons in general they deal necrotic damage primarily. He notes, Bolar notes that necrosis is the main weapon of an undead creature, along with whatever sort of elemental attunement that dragon had before it became undead. So red dragons would be fire. An undead fire dragon, or undead red dragon, would have both a mix of necrotic energy and magics and fire energy and magic. Bolar also notes that undead creatures, because of their undead nature and the way that their wings have decayed, do not have as much fly speed as a normal dragon. But he also notes in this, like almost like in like the appendix session, he goes, "Dear reader, do not underestimate a flying undead dragon, for even if it is slower than its living counterpart, it will most definitely be faster than you." And then finally, he notes that the lair of an undead dragon is probably littered with corpses, as well as like it's probably surrounded by undead creatures that it could raise and protect it. So lair of an undead dragon is going to be dangerous. In terms of the actual undead dragon, the green dragon that Losai mentioned, he does give a name, Organthrax. Organthrax. But he says that it's his words kind of give it the sense of rumors and hearsay. He goes, many claim that Strahd has somehow bound an undead creature, an undead green dragon, to his will. Many claim it is this dragon known as Organthrax, but that cannot possibly be true. Organthrax was a dark, greedy, manipulative green dragon, born from beyond the mists, and somehow finding and manipulating his way into Barovia. The battle between the battle between a green dragon and a vampire lord would be one to behold. But from my travels, there have been no records of such a battle. I believe here that it is but rumor and hearsay that this creature is Organthrax. Now, should Strahd have opened up the mist and coaxed in a young green dragon and raised it while binding it to him, that I can believe. But for this dragon to be the legendary Organthrax, the one who raised and destroyed Flan from beyond the mists, the one that the Outlanders said decimated a city with its green fumes and poison, that cannot possibly be true. And if it is, woe be to those who meet this creature upon their path. And that's all you really get within that 2 hours. I hope you wrote it down, or memorized, or watched the thing, because I am not writing. I'm not writing that down for you.
No,
I am not writing that down for you.
Over it at some point.
I am not writing that down for you. Like I said, this is why you guys need to take notes. Otherwise, things are just gonna slow down. But yes, that's what you do within the 2 hours. Larry, you're just conked out. You're straight sleeping. Okay. Moonshot.
I don't know what else to do unless I try resonating with that statue again.
You could try. It's up to you. You'll take damage.
If I can.
You would take. We'll say that. We'll say if you're gonna try to resonate to it, you'll be at 3 HP when you start doing it. Right? You won't have fully slept and gotten your full rest. And you would be resonating with it at 3 HP, and it could pump you.
Oh, if I only have 3 HP, like that's.
I would
last time
say
you took like roughly
not to
15 to
do
20 damage of psychic damage because you failed the
I took a
intelligence.
lot. Yeah, I took a
So,
lot of damage.
you might want to do that when you're not. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
do it when we're not next to a lightning monster,
I know.
preferably.
yeah. Speaking
It's
of the
just, like,
monsters,
I don't think we ever had time to like properly.
you guys decided to go from the false Hydra to take upon a quest immediately. I believe Ben pushed you guys to be like, "Hey, we need shit, we need money, we need all this stuff. Let's go to Morden. It'll be quick."
Yeah, it was supposed to be quick.
I hope. Well, I bet you by now you guys are getting the sense that in Barovia there's always some fire to be put out. Something is always happening in this world. Some danger of some kind.
You're asleep.
He's
Actually,
like,
I was
5
gonna
minutes
ask Moonshot what she wanted to do.
She's asleep.
I was
You
gonna
have 2
try to
hours
reach.
of like.
I was gonna try to
could-
reach out to the person thing,
Okay,
the thing with many names.
Yeah, sure.
Arcana check.
Yeah, an Arcana check. You
Shadow.
also, if you check your inventory, if you check your spell list, you would have had Puppet Master's Favor added. You could use that once per day.
What again?
That new spell.
Ah.
The one that summons tendrils and pulls your allies to you when healing.
Yeah.
Puppet Master's Favor. That's the name of the spell. You can use that once per day.
Need Master of Puppets playing in the back.
But yeah, go ahead. With your Arcana check of 18, you kind of sit there, crossing your legs, putting your staff on your lap, and you focus on the staff and the gem at the head and the band of blackness. You feel yourself sinking almost into the ground in like a goo. The world around you morphs and melds in this like drippy ooze. As you feel yourself sinking into the ground and encasing in this sphere of darkness, you open your eyes. There's one set of eyes, another, another. These eyes just staring at you in this darkness. The rest of you just see Moonchild staring at her staff, unblinking, her eyes turning completely black. The sort of new tattoos and symbols in her face, like, they're black, but it's almost like veins are just freaking out across her face and body, and she's unmoving. And you can see that her hands are clenching the staff, like, tensely, and she's just staring, unmoving. But you, Moonchild, are in an orb covered in eyes. What do you want to do?
Say hello, creature with many names.
One eye blinks, another eye blinks, and you hear this. Child, what is it you desire?
Desire answer.
Answers and knowledge are two separate entities. Which, and you see the eyes start to spin and swirl until they coalesce into one giant, like almost cyclopean eyeball, just staring at you through the darkness. Which do you prefer of us? Answers or knowledge?
Like knowledge. Oh, you.
You watch the eyeball just like spins around you. You can feel yourself like spinning. Keep it before it settles. And the eyeball just kind of like narrows itself, just squishing. And you can see the shadows of the orbs just almost like the pensive in Harry Potter. Starts showing these like figures and forms, but they're still in cloak and shadows, and there's no features, and you see, you find yourself almost sitting in like a looks like a church. Oh no, it looks, actually go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
There we go.
It looks like a steeple of some kind, a religious building, a church of something.
Oh,
And
damn, I'm in a cult.
He goes, about me, I come from many locales. You watch as the images change, and now you're like in a underground sort of subterranean layer. You can see like a pedestal, and someone is holding something to the ceiling, chanting something. You can hear murbling and changing this, and then it changes, and you see a caravan driven by horses and people in long scarves. And then it changes again, and you can see yourself back in that sort of black sphere. And he goes, "My origin began at the dawn of the Shadowfell, where darkness became living. and the world split apart.
So that's when you became distinct.
Consciousness is a fickle thing. Is a corpse conscience tied to the soul or the palpitations of its heart? If the first, then I am not conscious. If the second, then I do not exist. You get a sense that this creature speaks in riddles and roundabout answers. You can all, of course, always roll an insight check to see if you can learn more, but this being itself.
I think I will do that.
Yeah, okay. So while that happens, Zero, you're here.
Hello.
Let me know whatever spell you want to replace for the Leoman's tiny hut, of course. But yeah, currently Larry is conked out, unable to read her Dwarven book. Decca, what are you up to?
Just.
Oh wait, actually,
sleeping.
can I actually like give it to?
Yeah, give it to Zero. Yeah. Okay.
No.
We'll say you give it to Zero, and Zero kind of starts performing the ritual for comprehend languages, and I'll get to you in a second. Nice. And then of course you, just like the spell book that Erebon gave Zero, the miner's book starts to become letters that you understand common. But Decca, what are you up to while I go back to the job?
Probably. I don't think I was doing anything.
Okay, sure. It's up to you. Cool.
Okay.
When I do wake
I
up,
was right.
go ahead.
Hypnotic.
Hypnotic pattern?
Mhm.
Okay. Sure. I will take away hypnotic pattern. No worries.
I like the other two more, that's why.
Oh, sure. I don't. It's your decision. I'm not. I have no.
Sounds
Oh, I
good.
have thoughts, but I don't have thoughts to share to you.
Right, I got
As soon as my character wakes up, I would like,
yeah, 4 hours.
like to.
Wait.
No, hey, I don't have.
No, you're not a full elf. Yep, you're not a full elf. You do a raw sleep. Yeah.
Just when the rest is over, I am gonna want to go and collect some of this adamantite as well.
Sure. What's your strength score?
15.
Okay.
Damn.
So 225 divided by 2, 110-ish. Decca can hold roughly 10 pounds. You have a little bit more. I would say you can hold maybe 15 pounds in one hand. Do you have a bag to put the ore in?
Remember that one time we had our bag of holding?
And I almost died trying to get it back while you all sat outside watching.
Okay, so
yeah, I remember. I have a component pouch.
That is filled with components. Unless
Can
you
I
want to
dump
empty it,
the
therefore you
components?
can. You want to dump your components? Okay, sure. That means
Into
you won't be able
wait.
to cast.
Into
You won't be able to cast any spells. If you
no,
dump
I
your
can't
component
because
count-
I have the Ruby of War Mage. I don't need that anymore.
That's true. You're right. Yes, you're right. Yeah, no, that's fair. That means that you can stuff. This is a 2-pound holdable bag. You can hold 2 pounds worth of adamant ore without it straining and potentially ripping, or you dropping it essentially.
Okay, and then I guess I'll just carry the rest of it in my hand.
Okay, that means that you will not be able to dual wield your offhand weapon. You'll be able to carry a total of 17 pounds worth of adamant ore, but you will not be able to dual wield. So when you're in fighting, you can use your bonus action, but not to do your offhand attack.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have 17 pounds.
Yeah, you got
Or
17
buying a
pounds
bag
worth
as soon
of
as we get
adamant
back.
ore. Your background does not allow you to really understand how much that is, or unless you want to give me an intelligence check with disadvantage and see what you can do with it in terms of smithing. But just like Erwin told Decca, you're gonna need a forge, and you're gonna need an expert craftsman or an artisan of some kind who can actually work with the ore. Otherwise, obviously, can't work with the ore.
Remember that guy I gifted and said he was extra talented and to not be down on himself? Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
What did you
exactly
want me
why
to
I did
roll?
that.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind that. It's I'm planning on
Okay.
going. I was gonna take it to him anyway.
Okay, so you got 15 pounds of adamant ore. You're about to reach your carrying capacity. Once you hit
15 or 17?
225 pounds worth of carrying capacity stuff, you will be encumbered, which means your speed is reduced in half and some other negative effects that I can't remember off the top of my head. But we will say that an empty component pouch holding a 2-pound chunk of adamant ore. Okay, cool. So you got a total of 17 pounds worth of it. Cool. And no offhand weapon. Sounds good to me. So, Zero, with his help of Zero's, with Zero's help, Larry, you're able to start reading the book. I'll get you in a second.
Yeah.
Moonchild, with your insight check of 17, it's an eyeball. So, understanding what like the twitches of an eyeball can be confusing, and especially when it's that massive and the world is dark and shadowy. But the creature is not lying per se. He's just not telling you the truth. That's all you really can garner, even with a 17. On his end, he rolled a really good check against you. So, I mean, even if you rolled like a natural 20, there's not much you can learn from him because he's not really saying anything at all, right? He's like, yeah, is he conscious? Maybe. I mean, are gods technically conscious? Are the forces of the Morning Lord, is Selune conscious, technically speaking? But do they have physical forms? Maybe. So, your histories of creatures of darkness as well as creatures of light. It's weird when you start hitting divinity and darkness like that, right?
I'm trying to figure out what this.
Yeah, go ask him. Ask him what your question is. Go ahead.
I'm trying to learn who you are. What are your many names? Or what name do you prefer? Or just who you are. Like, what are you?
I am a dark power of Barovia. There are others like me, and there are others unlike me. I exist, and so do you. I live in the way that you try to live. And if an eyeball could smile, it smiled. This sort of crease, this sort of like confidence in holding you in this state of confusion and unknowledge.
What is your goal?
Oh, you ask a question worth asking. The eyeball starts to float away. Now the orb of darkness you kind of flattens out. And you find yourself standing before a massive castle cloaked in shadows and darkness. and you recognize it to be Castle Ravenloft, the home of Strahd von Zarovich. And the eyeball kind of floats next to you, and he says, God lives upon a throne that I desire. Well, there are things of light that desire his expulsion. My desire is unification. You watch as you find yourself forcefully pulled up to the very front gates of Castle Ravenloft, these spotless, like, fight gate and this fence around it, and you can see that across the drawbridge, you can see a figure with a billowing cloak. Perhaps Strahd himself, perhaps a representation of its vampire lord. And the creature says, who will take his throne? And unification shall occur.
So you want me to take?
No. His throne shall be mine, but you shall take it for me.
And that's what you get for the part.
You watch as the scene fades, and you're back at that orb, and the eyeball staring at you goes, "Think not. This is not the pact of a warlock. This is a mutual understanding for unification. You desire," and you watch as a shadowy liquid ooze form of Elise appears, "to reunite with your mentor. I desire you reunite with my people. An understanding shall be had. Shall give you power only some have touched within Barovia. In return, you will kill Strahd or remove him from his throne. Either path shall suffice."
And what will you do when you do get the?
I will reunite with Barovia.
And what does that mean for the people of Barovia?
Active unification.
I'm just scared because I'm like, I don't want him to like kill everything.
You watch as that black orb that you're sitting in starts to almost dissipate, and he goes, "It's time for tonight. The proposition lies before you." And then you return. Those who are still awake see Moonchild drop her staff. It click, 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 clatters upon the ground. At least Erevun is asleep.
Sleep.
So Moonchild, that is your conversation with the one with many names, and now many eyes. A certain tiefling bard might want to question you should you reveal this to the group. Okay, so does anybody else want to do before we say that the 8 hours have passed and you guys are up and ready to go?
What have I missed since I left? In terms of the long rest?
In terms of the long rest, Larry read the book, which, my bad, you're right. Give me 1 second, I'll get you. Larry, you read
Yeah.
the miner's book. Sorry about that. You read the miner's book. It's a journal denoting a young man's ambitions and dreams to gather enough money, influence, and become a great blacksmith. It details almost like a romance with one of the lower levels. You start to get an understanding that the top level of Moradin is for soldiers, artisans, workers, people that are actually like doing labor or bazaar, like business people. And the second level, the one across the gorge from the water, is one for nobility. And this woman that he's romanced with is from this noble line of family, almost like a banker, or they call them hoard keepers, but to you it sounds like a banker, like someone who like kind of keeps money, weapons, artifacts, magical weapons, and he's fallen in love with this girl. And yeah, okay, it's very interesting, drama, whatever, back and forth about him talking to her, she's kind of rejecting him. But what's interesting is upon one of his visits to her place of work, and it sounds almost like a museum, he talks about an artifact called, give me 1 second, I need to double check the name of the artifact, because I wrote it in Dwarven, I know it in Dwarven, but since you translated it, it should have a translation in Common. Okay, gotcha. The artifact, it calls itself the Singing Stone. Or at least he called it the Singing Stone. Or at least, maybe that's a rough translation between Dwarven and Common. The Singing Stone. A stone that is supposedly able to amplify the power of thunder, like sound, magic, thunder magic, sound, as well as prevent the intrusion of psychic damage upon the mind, or at least some sort of resilience against psychic damage. This singing song is apparently, whenever attuned to the holder, or at least holding to the holder, is supposed to sing this almost like a white noise tune in the back, right? Like that sort of blocks out psychic intrusion or pain. And it's really it's the only thing that notes. Otherwise, the young man notes, magical weapons, swords, daggers that have been enchanted to better pierce armor, cut through things, which translates to like +1, +2 weapons that are in the hordes of the Dwarven people. Which makes sense given how long they've existed and all the heroes that might have passed by or things that have collected. But overall, that's really all you read. And the only thing of note is that Singing Stone.
And where is it located?
According to the book, it's located in the museum or something, almost like a showcase museum on the second level.
Sounds like you need to hire a professional thief.
I don't trust you, Deca.
No one trusts you.
What do you mean? I always get the job done successfully.
I know. I just don't. I don't think you'll give it up, though.
No. I don't need it. You give me what I need, I give you what you need. Easy.
I don't trust you.
Think about
Easy
Deca
peasy,
though.
lemon squeezy.
He's a slippery snake.
Yeah, you're a slippery.
A
What?
slippery slug.
Slug.
No, he is super. He does get the job done though. Except when he doesn't close
know
the
he gets
fucking
the job
windows.
Hey, I still got it
I'm
done.
worried that he won't give it to me. That's the issue.
I think as long as you give him a cut, it'll be fine.
It's a statue.
It's a
I don't
stone.
think I can break
You
it.
just
It's
gotta
done.
pay me.
It's a stone.
Yeah.
It's a stone. He describes it to be a stone that looks. It looks innocuous, but upon it is various arcane dwarven symbols. But he said that like the young man in the book, who didn't put his name on it because at the beginning he basically said he doesn't want his friends finding it and making fun of him. But it's
Yeah,
he
no
says
kidding.
it.
This is like a love story.
Yeah, right. So but he's basically said it feels like a river stone, and if you didn't know what you were looking for, you would pass it off as just any old stone on the ground. But because of the symbols, obviously, the Dwarven people have sort of enchanted it with this ability, basically. It seems to be able to amplify
Drawing of
thunders.
it?
No. He just kind of describes it because most of the book is dedicated to his life. It's a journal, right? He's not going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, and then I studied this awesome magical stone and here are the runes, right? It's more like, oh, and by the way, this girl who I'm like crushing on showed me this cool stone that's supposed to do this. Whatever, but she's cute, right? Like that's like the kind of the essence of this book, right?
He's like, I just useless.
Yeah, basic, right? So yeah, that's what you get from the book.
Okay.
All right, so we can say with that, you guys wake up after the long rest. Ben has gone about. You see Ben starting to pick through that minecart full of adamant ore and kind of like keeping onto it. You can now see that Ben and Decker are both holding chunks of adamant ore. Eravun is awake.
Just while they're sleeping.
Eravun is awake and he has kind of folded up Festina's arm, kind of like put her in a more respectable pose and position. And he says, "Right. It is it's time." He looks at all of you again. "I know you have reservations about what I am about to do. But I have made my choice and decision. My work will go. And once I die, all shall truly be gone. But first we need to kill
Still
these
think it's a
elementals."
pretty dumb idea.
He looks at you and he goes, "Think what you like. It is my workshop, my designs, my knowledge." He watches you like you can see now that his gun, his prototype electro railgun, has one sort of container full with electricity. The other container is empty. The other lightning cell is empty. He watches. He kind of like cranks one of the side handles, and you watch as the rail kind of like ignites up, and he says, "So, are we to kill this one over here?" And he gestures to that stone elemental with the adamantine spikes, one of which obviously killed his wife. So we are ready.
yeah.
We're here. Long rest now. And he's determined to destroy all the elementals.
I
Real
mean-
quick. Oh, sorry.
Yep. Go ahead.
I just wanted to clarify how the exhaustion works.
Okay. Exhaustion is basically so we're using the new 1D&D rules. Exhaustion works by it's just a flat negative on any D20 roll. So skill checks, ability checks, attacks,
And how do you get rid of it?
long rests.
So then, is my exhaustion
You lose
0,
1 point,
or does it go down one?
-2. It's -2. So you have a -2 exhaustion. You can check your exhaustion right next to your character's profile on the sheet.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a little number at the top left of that picture with a frowny with a face. It should say 2. So you got 2 points of exhaustion.
So
You
then,
lose
if we
one
do
per
a
night.
long rest just now, does it only take 1 off?
It only
the
takes 1
exhaustion?
off.
Okay.
And it's automatic, right? It did it already.
Yep, it automatically does it. Yep.
Almost there. I'm down, Ben. Heal.
Can't wait to get rid of it.
Mhm.
Add it up so high. Okay.
And you can't benefit from a long rest until like at least like 8 hours have passed, like an actual day. You know, you can't just be like, "I'm gonna sleep and sleep more," because normal human beings can't sleep just consecutively. You'll just wake up in like an hour.
Challenge accepted.
I mean, if you're completely exhausted, but if you're fully rested and you try to sleep again, you'll probably sleep for an hour. That's like not
Uh-huh. Unless you got the flu.
unless you got the
Right.
flu. But none of you guys have the flu. But yeah, so Arvin goes. He watches Arvin starts. He picks up like Festina's body, kind of rests it on this stone over here, and kind of crosses her arms. And you watch as he casts. And he mutters an incantation. Whoever wants to roll an Arcana can roll an Arcana, see what kind of incantation he casted.
I'll try it again. You
Okay.
dumb.
Yeah, but you essentially watch as. Okay, nice. That's a good roll. 0.
Aw. Why don't I know anything today?
Oh, I got a 13.
Okay.
Bruh, how does Larry know
everyone
more
except,
than me?
everyone except Moonchild recognizes. I would say that Larry, you've probably met wizards or mages that have.
Larry's
used
like,
this
I
before.
actually know this.
For once. I'm like, hey.
And then Larry's like, just like how I knew everything else.
I got a 19 on that.
And with an Arcana check as well, you've probably faced some people or like seen some people do this. It's the minor illusion cantrip. And he basically creates an illusion of a rock, just over the body, but it's not real. You guys can see the shimmering image, and none of you guys know the spell that he used last night to keep his wife's body not decaying. So you won't know how that works. But he basically goes, right, that should hold for now. So, this elemental. He watches, he kind of walks towards it, and there's like this glare and a snarl on his face. This one killed my wife. I don't feel so bad ending its life. But then again, I should have never summoned it here in the first place. He watches, he takes the lightning, like the gun, the electro rail gun, and kind of puts it like underneath the creature's head. And you can see that it's already lit up, and there's like energy, like lightning energy in one of the chambers. And he goes, unless you have any other plans to take out this creature.
Nope, you're good.
I was gonna say that starts.
Yeah, you got it there.
Taking away at
You
it.
wanted to take it out? You got
It's
it.
your kill.
You watch as
You got it, sir.
he pulls the trigger. You watch it. This like bolt of lightning just shoots straight up through the creature and just explodes his head and stains like the ceiling. You see rubble kind of fall down as like the head explodes, and he goes up, mutters an arcane incantation as the lock locks and just falls to the ground, and the creature crumbles seconds after. Into just a pile of rocks, basically.
Yeah.
He watches, kind of like looks at his gun, and he goes, only 2 more. And that's what he mutters as he continues walking, carefully making his way forward. What are you guys gonna do?
Let's get our story straight. We captured all of them, and then he went through behind us and killed them all. That way we get our bounty.
What?
Do you say that out loud to everyone? Do you say that out loud?
I say it out loud. I'm not trying to keep him from it, but I'm mostly talking to Moon and the others.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought we agreed on this.
Yeah, we do. But I still want the bounty that we had accepted.
At that, everyone kind of turns around and goes, what was the agreement with Ilron? He is, unlike Belron, a man of action, Ilron is one for the political side of things. He will find a loophole to your agreement. What were his exact words?
It was
It was
to
200 per elemental that we capture of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Indeed. And did he mention anything about keeping them alive?
Well, yes. That's why I said.
So, and you watch as he nudges the stone creature. This thing is dead.
Yeah, but we weren't here for
He
it.
gives you a smirk. He goes, you can try, but if I know the keeper, he keeps walking a little bit over the stone where he goes, he's going to not give you your gold because he has no elementals to control. Did you notice the crown upon his head? Well, that little pearly thingy. That thing controls the elementals. It binds itself to his consciousness. He can very easily figure out whether or not you have actually found the elementals. And if there are none walking around when he uses it, he's not going to pay you your gold.
Wait,
I am
we
sorry.
were supposed to keep these things alive to begin with? I was just.
Well, yeah, because he wants them to continue to use for mining and like.
That was what we had agreed
Labor.
upon. We
Forced
agreed that we were gonna
labor.
capture them.
Everyone gives a shrug because he doesn't give a shit. He's like, "Whatever, that is your deal to deal with the keeper. Just know that he's
I mean,
a politician."
if he checks it, he'll see that they were some captured
I mean, he's
before
not
they
gonna
died.
kill us for it.
He,
We'll
he-
just-
he looks at you. He looks at you he looks at you with confusion. And goes, "When I created that little piece of equipment for his head, it links to the chains. The chains identify whether or not the elementals are alive. That's how we keep track of them. If we blast the elementals, there's no way for you to say that the. All I'm saying is that there's a loophole here, and I think you're just completely believing in yourself."
No, I'm saying that if I mean, obviously he's waiting to see what happens, and we've already had 2 captured since before we came.
Right.
Wait, 1 or
He
2
wants them
captured
up-
before
He
here.
not? He wants them alive, does he not?
He does, but he would have been checking, is what I'm saying. So he would have seen or checked or to see if he could connect with any of them by now, because it's been over probably closer to 10 hours by the time we started all this.
Yeah, everyone just kind of shrugs. He goes,
So he would have
Alright,
seen that it
well,
was connected.
That's your deal with the keeper. I personally do not care. Whether or not you get your gold is up to you and I guess Ilron's mood or whatever contract you agreed with. Just don't have your hopes kept up. If Ilron sent you to capture the creatures alive and they are not alive, don't expect any gold. That's at least my thoughts, and I don't care regardless.
Let's see.
You watch as he starts to slowly crouch and pad his way forward. He's gonna roll a stealth. If you guys want, are you guys doing this stealthily or just kind of like walking?
Which
Probably
one's
try.
next?
Is he walking or is he stealthing?
He's gonna stealth. He's gonna start slowly
Okay.
kind of picking his way forward.
I'll go stealth.
Ah, damn it. Did I just knock mine around?
Yeah,
Right.
they can knock each other around.
Ah,
We can say we can do a
Oh wait,
collective
that
group.
wasn't your net.
We can do a collective
No,
group.
I'm using
Stealth
my
check?
inspiration.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got a 5.
but it's also going as a group. and
collective
he
group.
rolled
Yeah,
a
so we'll
net.
average them all out, and then I'll check on my side how many successes there are. Basically,
Stealth.
Now
you
we
get
know.
advantage.
I get
by the way.
advantage. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh.
Easy.
Okay, sweet. So the 2 nat 20s cover it. Outerboon is apparently a really stealthy
Let's
wizard.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Okay. You guys continue to move forward, and everyone goes in a whisper to you guys. He goes, "Right, my workshop is." He points down into the hallway. "My workshop's down that hallway to the left." Kind of points down there. "Be careful. The
What?
lighting elemental will most likely not move from its post." You watch as he kind of creeps around the corner and kind of peeks at it. He kind of goes, "Yep, it's still there. It would have refortified itself and reformed overnight. Any damage you would have done would have been gone by now.
Yep.
But up ahead, there is at least one ice elemental, another earth elemental, fire steel, I believe, fire steel elemental. And I believe somewhere down here we have an air elemental moving about. That one was used primarily to lift the various lifts with its air. I know.
So,
Okay.
in short, we're fucked.
Well, it depends how good at you are fighting.
I am the best.
Well, then you are not fucked, obviously.
No, I guess just you're fucked.
He smirks and he goes, maybe, maybe not. I know a thing about these elementals. Watch as he slowly picks his way forward, moving past the sort of hallway for the lightning elemental.
How many elementals are left?
Too
He-
many.
This is me
He,
asking him.
he kind of shrugs and he goes, 5, 6. I cannot recall which were destroyed during the initial uprising of these creatures and which were not, but the main one is that lightning elemental. But before we fight it, we need to destroy my plans. He continues to move more forward. Are you guys following?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, you guys follow around behind him, keeping quiet and stealthy. As you guys sort of approach this corner, everyone kind of puts up a hand, a very militaristic symbol, kind of just like to stop. And then you guys, he puts his finger to his lip and points to his ear, and you hear sound of flowing wind as something flickers and travels past the entrance to the left, to your right over here, before fading and disappearing to the south. And in a very low voice, Erwin goes, right, creature is near. We're almost close. You see that second left up there? Make it through there. Make one more left. We're at my workshop. Come. Carefully, you guys continue to move. And as you move closer, you can see that the air in this place is sort of almost like, it's like almost a constant sense of wind just flickering through your hair, through your robes, Larry, through the scraps that is your clothing. Continue to move.
My skin is flapping.
Yeah, parts of your skin is probably flapping about. And then everyone holds you guys again as you guys see this creature floating away.
Question: Where's her body?
Her body? Whose body? Christina's body?
Yeah. Are we just coming back for her?
Yes. So everyone left her body under an illusion of a rock,
Okay.
and he used the spell to maintain her body's state without decomposition. None of you guys rolled high enough to know what spell he used, but basically he's kind of hiding her body. He's gonna do his mission. He's gonna give her the Dwarven send off. Then he's gonna go after Belron, or at least try to find a way to go after Belron. You round the corner. You continue down this path, into what looks like another quarters for dwarves. And everyone goes, in the same sort of quiet voice, everyone goes, this is where we used to hold meetings and rest between digging further into the camps. People would bring me my ores and various materials, gems and jewels of all kinds for me to test. This way. And you enter what looks like and as you kind of enter this place, it looks like some sort of a workshop of some kind. You know, you can see tools spread upon the table, pickaxes, hammers, nails, various engineering sort of things like scales and like abacuses and protractors even, and a bunch of boxes and crates and stuff. And upon the door, you can see this like this door with what looks like it looks like it has a series of 4 locks spiraling with lightly glowing dwarvish writing that move and churn whenever you place your hand upon them. With everyone's help, you can see that he points out that the locks have these sort of arrows pointing downward, indicating where to slide this dwarvish writing that you can move around. It's almost like a modern day lock where you slide down for numbers, and everyone kind of pushes you aside, Ben, and goes up to the door and kind of like alters the dwarvish writing. None of you, of course, understand dwarvish, I believe. Ben, Decca,
I don't
Only
think I do.
comprehend language.
No.
Yes, you can
know.
cast it if you want using a spell slot. Otherwise, a ritual is gonna take 10 minutes.
Can I do like a visual investigation in the area? Like, I don't want to make it obvious that I'm looking around. Detailed, like,
Yeah, roll. I mean, roll.
I
Using
don't
your
want to like
eyes.
go sifting through all of this stuff. I just want to do like a visual to see like what he's been like, what
Okay, so
materials
then
and
there's
tools
no
he's
roll.
doing.
Yeah, with just a basic visual, without like anything crazy, without actual deep investigation, you see. Well, what are you trying to see? I kind of already explained it.
Oh,
You know,
I'm
there's
sorry.
engineering tools, there's pickaxes, there's abacuses, there's protractors, there's like small, like basically metal parts just kind of strewn about, little holes, nails, just like building supplies and like engineering kind of items. Is there anything specific you're looking for? That's going to
No,
require
it was
probably a check, but that's all you really see.
just different thing. Like what, like you said, what I was just trying to figure out what stuff he was using to make the tools, and as much information of it as I can without like actually getting the blueprints and reading it.
Yeah, basic information. You have no idea. I mean, they look like basic like tools you would see in a forge: hammers, nails, punching material, like tongs and stuff. Without like actual deep investigation. Plus, a lot of it is in cartons and boxes and barrels, right? And even like there's ladders and stuff. There's rope around. Most of it is just kind of tucked away, organized, no doubt. You can see Dwarvish writing labeling off like probably what those things are inside the boxes and items. But yeah, you don't know.
Can I wanted to ask him if there happened to be you wouldn't happen to have an extra bag laying around so we can put this ore away?
He looks around real quick. He goes, "Take a look for a bag, but off the top of my head, most of my stuff I organize in crates and barrels." And he watches. He starts putting in the code to his door. Go ahead. You can roll an investigation check now if you want. Kind of like unlocking his door.
I look in these chests for a bag.
Yeah, you can go look. Yeah, just like the other red. Go ahead. Roll me an investigation check here.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, you have no idea.
Inspiration.
You did you already use it?
I have not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead. Reroll then.
Where is it at?
0 and
Really
Moonshot,
thought I was gonna
which
land
would
on
you
a
like to
20.
do?
Damn it!
I'd like to look around and see if I can
What did you do?
That's
find anything in terms of that ring.
2 and then I rolled a 1.
In terms of that
Investigation.
ring. Oh, the ring. The yes.
quest?
Yeah, the
Looking for
quest. Gotcha.
bags.
Yeah, go
Carry
ahead and
the
look
whole-
around. Roll me an investigation check. You know, it is a ring.
Yeah, I did it.
It could be here. This looks like a barracks of some kind.
I am going to use my amulet.
Okay, go ahead. Roll your amulet. Sure.
I'm just gonna use it so I have another inspiration. I don't think I'm gonna use it the inspiration right now.
Okay, cool. All right, you have another inspiration. Just mark off that it's used 0 out of 1. Okay, cool. So we'll start with Larry. Larry, looking around, most of the place is just like the initial place. Just like the initial chest, clothes of dwarves, small little artifacts, notebooks. Some of them have like tucked away like dried meats and jerky, probably for snacks and stuff. You do manage to find a small little like satchel, like a hand, like almost like an over the shoulder satchel. It could probably carry something, but otherwise, it's not like a super sturdy satchel. But you do find something, sure.
Okay. You said.
The bag could probably it looks almost like a saddlebag sort of, but it's like a satchel essentially.
I need to
You
roll
can-
another one to look in the chest.
We'll say in this new area you can roll again, but Larry's already checked this room, so
Oh,
can't.
okay. I didn't realize you checked the whole room.
we'll say
Yeah,
for the
I
sake of
was
this, Larry checked the whole room. Yeah. Sorry, Larry. Keep going. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just saying. I was like, how much can that satchel hold? I think?
Yeah. Just eyeing it, feeling. You think you can hold it? It's gonna probably hold about 8 pounds, probably. It's a
Okay,
very basic
I'll take
satchel.
it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
That's 6 cents.
Okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yep, you kind of like sling it over your shoulder. you one strap it.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of you,
I guess none
Zero,
of these outfits would fit. I don't think any of these outfits would.
they're all dwarven sized. So
Yeah.
if you want, you can tear them up and like put them on. But like they're all dwarf. If anything, it'll probably be like a crop top, right?
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, I might as well do it. I need
Uh,
at least
we'll,
something.
we'll say that for the next couple minutes, Larry outfits herself in a really cute dwarven miner's crop top. Okay. And the pants themselves are shorts for you.
Okay. I need something.
Yeah, to kind of cover up because you're kind of just like, for you, Zero, you. Oh damn! This is another room. Okay. Unfortunately, is this the room?
I'm back.
Wait, give me one. Yep. Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay. With your 15, it takes some time, but you manage to find. Well, you managed to find a couple rings in some of the chests. Probably rings. Some of them are just basic gold rings, or silver rings. You find about 3 or 4 rings. As you look through them, you can find one of them actually has like dwarven scrawling on its back, like on the inner side. You don't know what it says, but that's the only ring with writing. Everything else seems to be like maybe just basic jewelry.
Let me go ahead and check my quest log real quick.
You were told to find Thaderlum's ring.
Oh, sorry. The description I had.
Okay.
Do these pillowcases have are they just pillowcases or just pillows?
They are pillows.
They don't have
with pillowcases.
Oh, they have a case over it.
Well, they have to, right? Otherwise, it's gonna be too dusty and it's gonna be gross to sleep on. So yes, they do have pillowcases. In terms of how much they can hold, Ben, probably only a couple pounds. I mean, it's a pillow.
What about the blanket?
Ben over here really reaching to try to get anything to get all that ore.
Yes,
I know
I'm
him.
trying.
I mean,
could I be able to like make the blanket into like one of those little hobo sacks?
Sure.
Like Santa's sack.
I mean, the problem here is that we're assuming that all your other shit is just hanging off your body. So like that shit will go into the hobo sack. Like like I'm kind of like a little bit too lax on this stuff, but like when it comes to you just being like, oh, I'm gonna grab this sack and just fill it with like toys. You also have a bunch of other shit that's just hanging off your body that's like technically shouldn't be possible right now. So I'm gonna say if you get a hobo sack, at most it's just gonna like Larry makes sense. She only has some weapons, right? But you have a bunch of other shit.
what do I have?
You have like
I don't even have my short sword.
You have a wand, a
you have
battle axe.
a kit
I have
of
a
Smith's
battle
tools. You have a kit of Smith's tools. Those are heavy 8-pound tools that you're carrying around. You've got a couple books. You've got some black sulfur in like a pouch or something. Now you've got some ore in your hand. You've got a battle axe. For one.
I'll give you the battle axe because I didn't even remember I had that.
You're also carrying like what? A bunch of chain. You're carrying at least one of the chains like wrapped around your body. I'm saying you have a good amount of stuff on you, dude.
Chains?
Yeah, the elemental fighting chains. You have at least one. I think Moonchild has the rest, right, or something, or like.
Yeah, she gave everybody one.
Someone has a shit. Moonchild has 4 chains hanging off her body right now. Like, it's in terms of like stuff on you guys.
I don't want to.
I tried to get it from you, and you said no.
Bro,
Continue.
with all the other shit you're carrying, yeah, no.
That wasn't the argument.
Zero. Did you find the description of the ring?
I did not. How many of the rings can I take?
They're just small rings, so you can pocket them. Like, you found 4 small little silver gold rings.
And then one of them had some type of
Dwarven writing. Yeah, Dwarven writing. Yeah, some sort of engraving on it. Yeah.
I'd like to take all of them, and then give it to him in case there's a lost and found.
Okay, yeah, as you walk over back to Erwin looks up at you as he's still trying to like unlock his own like his door. You show him the 3 or 4 rings and he goes, "Oh, well, I mean, well, I don't mind you taking the ore that is part of the environment. You're looting my people's things.
Oh, is he talking to me?
Well, yeah, you said you presented it to him, and he goes, "Are you looting or are you returning?"
I'm returning. There is someone that's looking for a wedding ring, and I know that it's been a while since anybody's come down here.
What?
So I thought maybe if these rings meant any value to anybody at
He
your
goes, "Yeah," he
main
goes,
area.
let
it'd
me
be
see
good.
real quick. As
There
you
you
hand
go.
him over, he goes, "Well, none of these others none of these others are really recognizable, but this one, Thouderloom. Oh, was it? I think this is Thouderloom's. I mean, that's what it says. Here you go." He just hands it back to you. If you're going back up there, you should be able to find him.
Yes, he's actually one of the people that I know has been looking for his ring. So
Yeah, just
we-
keep those rings, and maybe there's some people up there who want them back. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's going to be much easier than trekking all the way down here. Hey, good on you. Thank you. He watches. He returns to his arcane lock and kind of starts fiddling with it. Okay. So with that, I think you guys are done looting his people's things.
Hey, I'm
I just
returning.
wanted a
I
bag.
haven't looted anything.
I just wanted
Just
a
to be
bag.
fair.
You wanted to be a
I don't want
jerk
one of
to
these
me, so
pickaxes.
I jerked back.
You want a pickaxe? If you want it, he goes, "Well, a pickaxe, if you want, you can have it, but don't take my people's stuff from their chest. That's just..."
I didn't even
Just
look in the
rude.
chest.
He turns
rude,
around and you
man.
can see Larry with a brand new satchel,
Would-
like a satchel she's never
That
had.
was not me.
over his
That,
chest. He
Daddy,
goes,
would Daddy
goes-
Losai like that you're stealing
that
stuff?
isn't part of the deal anymore.
Uh-huh.
he looks at you, Larry. He goes, "Isn't that Ardix?"
Isn't that?
I will
Satchels.
take one of the pickaxes.
Wait, isn't that what?
Isn't that Hardix satchel?
I don't know who that is, so no.
He points to it and he goes, "Look on the back. There should be a little..." His wife ditched his name on it.
I look.
And there's Dwarven writing. there's Dwarven. There's this like green blue stitching on the back of Dwarven writing. He
What does
goes,
it take to open a door?
I look at it and I said, I can't read, so no.
he goes,
Can't read.
"Fine. Make sure you find Hardek and give it back to him."
Sure.
And that's all he says. Ben, you are going to hook a miner's pick onto your body somewhere.
Yeah, I
You are
slam
approaching
my
your
belt.
maximum carrying capacity. You look like a mule with just shit hanging off of you. You are about to actually, like, mathematically though, hit your carrying capacity. 208 pounds out of 225. So you watch as he finally unlocks the door, and you watch as he pushes it open. And those with dark vision, of course. I think all of you have dark vision, so there's no need of explanation. As you guys walk into the room, let me read it. The moment you enter the room, you are hit with a smell of stale ale mixed with something sour and fruity. You can see splotches of this weird, gross, grimy thing on the ground at various spots. Mugs scattered upon the ground. The room is a small office space with tools strewn about the desk, paper stacked in various piles, and a bed in one corner. Intermingled with this are all those mugs, scattered haphazardly as if an expression of the owner's mind or maybe his depression. On the opposite wall, you see over here, like by a burnt lantern, you can see a corkboard. Upon it, you see various designs of weaponry and dwarven machinery greeting you. And you watch as actually, what do you guys want to do in the meantime as Arvun starts to, like, gather up pieces of paper and just kind of, like, put them in a pile? You starts to kind of, like...
Can I take a paper?
You
I
want
would
to?
like to
Yeah.
talk to Deca before.
As you approach his table, he immediately turns over and looks at you and goes, "Don't even think about it." And if you want to, you can roll a sleight of hand, but with disadvantage. He's keeping an eye on you. You guys had an entire
I'm just
argument
looking.
the night previously, right? About like weapons and stuff. So he's definitely keeping an eye at least on
Yeah,
you.
I don't care.
Becca.
I'm just looking.
And he goes,
Like I told him, I don't like. I'm not gonna be able to learn it. I just.
Deca,
he doesn't say anything as he continues to move around and gather up the papers. Just kind of like gathering up the papers. Yeah, Ben and Deca, what are you guys doing?
I don't know.
I don't know if Deca's here, but yeah, what are you guys doing?
Well, I needed him for what I wanted to do, but he's
Oh my
not.
gosh.
The rest of you guys look in. The rest of you that look in, you guys can see the smell and sort of stench of stale ass alcohol and wine. Aravoon starts, like I said, moving swiftly to his desk, clattering, like swiftly to his desk and like wiping away like clattered, discarded mugs. There's a determination to his movements, and he sets about. He kind of sets his railgun down on the bed, and he scrambles over to the papers where he starts to gather it up. He goes, "Right, come on, it's got to be here somewhere. I know it is. Where
Is
is?"
this a dresser?
Yeah, that looks like a dresser. Yeah.
Can I open it? It might.
Yeah, you can if you want. Yeah, you watch as you open the dresser, and he immediately his eyes flick to you, and he goes, his body relaxes a little bit, and he goes, yeah, checking there. Bottom right. Sometimes I stash my stuff there. You start looking at the bottom right.
Yeah.
It's just clothes and stuff. You pull out mining gear. You pull out normal tunics and trousers. You pull out one nice little suit that looks like a formal getup of some kind. But otherwise, there's really nothing. There aren't any paperworks inside that drawer. He starts to gathering. He pulls up the drawers underneath his table. Start moving around. Zero, Ben, what are you doing? Zero, Moonchow, Deca. While these two are sort of like searching for his designs.
I'll look
During
under the
yeah, I was gonna say during like the thing, did I ever look under the beds or anything? Under the carpets?
Yeah. We'll say that part of that searching is looking under the beds and carpets and stuff. That's how you even found those 4 rings.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna search under the bed.
Yeah, you look under the bed. It's a nightmare, bro. It's like a drunkard's nightmare. There's tons of mugs under there. There's like still like it looks like dried vomit. Like
Ew.
this place does not smell good at all. But Aravoon seems to have completely ignored this. You're getting a sense that like whatever happened when Belron arrived, like things are connected. Like he seems to have slipped, right? In some sort of depression or state. Like probably locked himself up in this room, tried to figure something out to maybe help his friend, maybe try to do something happened in his room, and alcohol was involved, basically. He continues
Can
to
I
like
use my hammer to like move the stuff around?
yeah, you're like inching it to the side. Yeah, you continue to look with Aravoon. Deca and Ben, I don't know.
He's not here, so I can't do what I wanted to ask him. So
that's fine.
unless
Wait.
I mean, I know he would have said yes, but he's not here to roll. So
Because you're gonna try and steal something, weren't you?
no, my plan was to make him go invisible so he could copy the plans on a separate paper. But that's out the window now. He's not here.
That's smart. You have paper and parchment and ink and the proper utensils to do that?
I did. I don't think I do anymore now that
Okay.
Wait. Did I?
Well, look in your inventory. You look like you have ink bottles, paper, ink pens.
Yep.
You could actually, yeah. If you really want to, you can.
I knew it would be helpful.
Wait, do you want to?
If you want to, you can.
Wait, what do we
Okay,
do?
all right. Canonically.
That's a good idea.
But I do have a question.
Yes, go ahead. We'll get to your question first, Zero. Go ahead.
When I was looking around,
Yep.
did I find anything that was either like burnt, destroyed, or whatever that is, whether it's paper, fabrics, or anything like that?
No, not yet. That's probably why Aravoon is in such a hurry, right? He wants to burn them now. He wants to get rid of his stuff now.
Yeah, so you gotta hurry. I'm stalling as much as possible.
Yeah, she's like,
wait,
I'm gonna say that
no,
Larry's sort of stalling, kind of just talking to him, and to be like, "Oh, is it over here? Have you checked here?" You know, you're like doing that.
Zero, come back.
But he's like trying to gather up all his paperwork right now, basically.
Jess, get back here.
Oh.
Zero.
Hiya. What am I doing?
Come here.
Hello.
Don't step into me. Hold on. Are you wanting to copy some of those plans?
Okay, I'm back.
You suck.
Oh, that goes
I
back.
moved on.
How about this? I'll give you the stuff that you need, but I don't want to be a part of whatever is happening.
Then why did you offer?
No, I just said I had it so that you would know.
Okay. So you're giving me the ink and paper?
Do you need a forgery kit too?
I don't think I need a forgery kit. We just copy it.
Okay, well, I'll
Would I
just
need
give
a
you the ink
forgery kit,
bottle,
Ryan?
ink.
Y'all better hurry up. I can't
In
distract
terms,
her.
yeah, no, she's not wrong. A forgery kit is more so for like official documents.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
That would have been really useful when I wanted to forge the property document.
In it has like legal paper, basically, like very nice parchment, very well pressed papers. It's got fake seals and inks and wax and shit, so that you guys can carve and fake seals and stuff. So there is paper in there, but it's most of the stuff in there is like for forging actual documents.
Gotcha.
You can write on it, of course, just like you can write on any piece of parchment, but that would use up your forgery kit.
Then I'll just sneak it into Ben's hands and walk away.
Okay, yeah, we'll just say that she only has what? You have one bottle of ink, one ink pen, and one piece of paper.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna delete those from your inventory. And you sneak. We'll say. I'm not gonna put it into your inventory, Ben, but we'll say that she hands it to you, and depending on how quickly you can write and copy, and how well you can imitate, like write down Dwarven language. It's all. I mean, obviously it's all Dwarven, so yeah. How quickly can you do it?
Jess doesn't want to do it. I want to talk to Decca and these can't.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be a part of this stuff.
Yeah.
Was good.
Do you want
I'll be right back.
to try
Yeah, okay.
and make one of those railguns?
Yes.
I'm gonna regret this.
We're gonna die.
Do we kill him or steal the notes?
No, we're not stealing anything. I wanted to make you invisible so you can go in and copy the notes.
So what's going to be required is that you're going to have to make a sleight of hand check and an intelligence check. These are engineering blueprints and designs. This is not your typical add 1 egg, add 2 cups of flour. This is like triangles and lines and measurements and segments and action. I don't know if you've actually seen, because I worked in engineering before I moved to a different job, but like actual engineering shit is not easy to replicate. That's why people photocopy this shit. So like you're gonna need both a good sleight of hand check, which I know you can hit, but a good intelligence check as well. Otherwise, you might come out with a design that's like shit, and you can make it, and it's either broken or it'll blow up in your face. Right.
Yeah, I had an engineering class in high school, and we had to, in our engineering books, we had to draw out multiple angles with all the measurements and everything.
Yeah, these are Dwarven engineering design. Not only that, the difficulty is it's all written in Dwarvish. So it's up to you if you want to copy
You should
it.
just steal the notes.
You could steal the notes, yeah. I mean, obviously
He's
you need
gonna
to find
know
someone who
that.
can read Dwarvish, of course. But yeah, stealing is something
That's a
you can
lot
do as
easier
well.
than copying.
It's
I would
not,
say
because that's
I would
going to
say
lead to
that
a fight.
he seems to be very focused on Larry at the moment because she had that argument
Yeah,
with him,
because
right?
I had a whole argument with him.
Right, but right now I'm gonna say like you've got a split-second decision here to what you're gonna do because he's almost done gathering all the paper on
All
his
right, Ben,
desk
make
and
me
in his
invisible.
cabinet, and you
Give
watch
me-
as he starts to turn around and he goes, "Oh, right, of course, stupid." You watch as he starts to remove the corkboard, and behind it there's a hollowed-out wall. You know, the classic hiding something behind a painting. You watch as he reaches in and you can see a chest. He starts to pull out the chest. So you've got like a split second. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna wait.
Are we
So
doing
wait,
this?
if I was copying the notes, that would take a while.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would depend
I mean,
on how
not if you're
fast
invisible.
you can.
Not if you're invisible. You can stand and just hover while he does whatever he wants with the chest, and you can start copying down at least one of the pages. But they're all out of order. There's probably I don't want to say that it's impossible, but it's really hard, right? You might, even if you roll a nat 20, right? You're actually I'll let you succeed with a nat 20, but let's say even if you roll a 22 normally, you're pulling from a stack of papers with no idea what this component does compared to this component, and try to copy all of that down in like a couple minutes, basically.
Right,
It's gonna be
I don't really see a point because then we're not going to be able to do anything with the blueprints
Well,
anyway.
I think we should just take the notes, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's going to
taking the
lead
notes
to a
Make
fight.
me invisible and I'll swoop the notes. If he wants to fight us, there's 5 of us and 1 of him. We'll fuck
No,
him
he
up.
has a railgun. No, we can't do it.
We will fight.
I
How many
refuse,
shots do you think
man.
he's got left?
Deca, you do it.
He said he had 2 left. He said he had 2 left.
Exactly. He can only kill 2 of us.
He can only
That's a
kill
lot.
2.
That's how.
He's gonna be like, let's just throw Moonchild.
And
She's
it
gonna die
has a charge
anyways.
time and a reload
You
time.
guys-
Realistically, he maybe
No,
kills
I'm not
1.
doing it.
You guys have an option
Oh.
to make. Deca, this is also your
All right,
decision.
Ben, you're either making me invisible or I'm going in
I
there
shut the door.
without being invisible.
Okay, Ben. Poof. There's a shut door. You, Larry, you see his.
I open the
everyone looks
door.
up and
Drink,
goes,
shit. I'm not going to let you open it.
you see Ben. We'll say they'll say it because Ben made the decision. He's like barricading the door, and everyone goes, "What's going on out there?"
Don't worry about it.
He goes, "Fine." He watches. He takes out the
Oh,
bomb,
shit.
like slams it on the table. He doesn't care. He's here to burn his shit. He watches. He slams
Look in
the.
this.
Yeah,
Look in for your
looking inside the
ears.
chest. It's again. It's instead of his clothes. It seems to have put his boots in there. He puts his
Oh.
clothes in the closet, but it's just his boots, his work boots.
Are there
Um,
other blueprints around?
No.
Oh,
He's
it's all in here.
if you weren't
But-
here, Deca, but upon his door are 4 locks that have like door. It's basically 4 dwarven locks that you have to slide to get the key, the numbers basically.
Ben, make me invisible and at least let me see what is available in there.
I can agree to that.
Okay. Larry, you see
Yes.
Erdogan put this lockbox on the table. You can see it's swirling with arcane symbols of greens, reds, and blues in a language you don't understand. You guess it's probably Dwarvish.
Yeah.
Setting it on the table, Erdogan starts to rub his hands together.
I look over at him. I'm like, this could really help people.
But Erdogan goes,
Want to destroy this?
he pauses for a moment, and without really answering you, he goes,
What?
you're invisible. The only thing left, of course, is noise. So you start to open the door, Deca.
But I'm walking in
No,
as
you-
well. So.
Okay, you walk in at the same time. You cover his mistake as all you hear is a like a really long creak. And Ben covering his mistake, pushes through. Everyone looks up to you, and his hands is like kind of like hovering over the lockbox, and he goes, "Rasse sipuna porta," and there's a as the you see the magic, the symbols kind of like dim, and I would say
You have-
because of Baja, you guys have seen this spell work before. It's an arcane lock. Oh, also because of Jerzinka's sister. It's an arcane lock upon the thing, and he just casts knock to suppress the spell. And you watch it opens. He reaches into his pocket, takes the key, unlocks it, and pulls it out. And you can see within is a red, tightly bound scroll, which he removes, sets it on the table with next to the pile of stuff. He looks at you. He looks at you, Larry, and goes, "It can help a lot of people, but it would kill just as much." You watch as he fire, streaks of energy starts to coalesce around his palms before flames start to flicker there. You guys have seen this spell definitely cast before. It's a firebolt spell.
And
He's about to just shoot it at the documents and just burn it.
You're gonna blow us
Can
all
I
up?
take his hand?
No, it's a firebolt spell. It's a small little.
Oh, they said fireball. I was like, what?
Fireball.
Can I
Before,
take his
yeah,
hand?
as it's charging, what are you gonna do? We'll go with Deca first. Deca, you observe the paperwork. You fucking, what the fuck are you looking at? You have no idea. There's just to you right now, it looks like it's a sphere thing, and it has like a couple of like little spiky things on it, and there's like a latch thingy, and there's like this little green little bit in it. It's like a little ball. It looks like a sea urchin, but it's like green and metal and latchy. That's all you see. That's the top paper. Otherwise, the scroll is right on top of the stack of papers. Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you make a decision, and then Larry.
Okay, wait. I gotta like 300 IQ play this.
Moonchild, what are you up to?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, you can just stay outside, hang out.
Yeah, because I don't really know what's going on.
Can
peek in.
I?
And you
I don't
see,
either,
you see out of wounds. You can see the firebolt getting ready to be cast on that stack of documents, paper, and that scroll.
Do we need to back up at all, or is like?
In the
He
moment
looks
he
at
casts-
no, this is will be concentrated on the table. The table may get damaged, but whatever.
Can I try to swoop the scroll in the same moment he casts the fireball so that he doesn't see it? Like he assumes it burned.
It's gonna be a very high dexterity. That's gonna be a very high sleight of hand check. Also, the papers are gonna just fucking flutter everywhere. It's a stack of. You're gonna use.
I'm just grabbing from the top though.
Okay, yeah. The scroll
Just
is
the
gonna be
scroll
hard
inside.
to see because he's definitely gonna want that scroll destroyed. It was in a lockbox.
Right, but he's
So
also
definitely.
holding fire in his face.
No, just like right here. He's like this, right over. He's like standing up and holding fire. It's not like over his face. It's like he's just like
I
this.
thought he was like looking at it.
No, he's
okay,
no,
then
because
is his hand
Larry
gonna be out
talks.
forward.
Larry talks, so he's like kind of looking at. Sorry.
Is his hand like being held above the scrolls?
He's ready to fire it right now, but I'm gonna give Larry a chance to say something or something
Yeah.
to maybe halt him. Otherwise, he's just gonna.
Okay,
and he's just
if what she says fails, when I see that the fireball is about to come out of his hand, can I
Fireball.
swoop the scroll?
yeah, you can try to screw the scroll. I mean, that's gonna be a
Okay,
hell of
I
a
guess
check. That's gonna be
ready,
a hell of a sleight of
sleight-
hand check.
Can I ready my sleight of hand? I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, that's gonna need to be a hell of a sleight of hand check.
Indiana Jones is waiting.
Oh.
Okay,
That's a high one.
that is high. Go ahead,
I don't
Larry.
think that's good.
What do you say?
Okay.
What?
I take his hand and I'm like, yes, you're right. It will hurt a lot of people, but at the same time, sometimes you're gonna have to make sacrifices to create a better world.
He looks at you.
Is
Goes.
this a sacrifice you really want to get? Because
He
if
looks
this
at
is
you
the
and
choice-
he says, Larry. He looks at you, says, "I sacrificed my best friend, my wife."
I think it's
Don't
better
talk
he
to me
thinks
about
it's destroyed and we have it
sacrifice.
anyway.
And you watch as he turns immediately. Poof! There's a blast of this fire. Just poof, hits the paper. Decker, you immediately swipe that red scroll off his table. Just as the firebolt's about to hit it, there's a like surge of fire. It's crackles, and you watch as he goes. Boom! It fires another one. Just, and there's dust flutters into the air. For a little, as paper starts to fly around, as things start to burn, and Chris, he stares at it, he goes, "Where's the red scroll?"
I don't know.
You guys gotta convince him he burned that bitch.
Where?
Getting out of here.
You watch as he
I'm
moves
out.
over to the railgun. And no, Dekka, you are invisible. Everything on you is invisible. The scroll is not invisible. If you tuck it behind you or even hold it, it's see-through.
No, right.
You're
I would be
standing right
tucking it
here.
in my clothing. I would have swooped it, tucked it in my clothing, and then as soon as he got suspicious, as soon as he asked that question, I'm darting out the door because it's open and I'm invisible.
Okay, sure. As
Oh.
you go to dart out the door, you rolled an 11, by the way, on movement. We'll say that you like make like the
Damn
bit. You scramble between these two chairs, and one of them knocks over. He lunges
Hey,
for his
that's-
railgun, turns around, cocks it at the nearest person, which
guess
I
that's-
believe is Ben. It's either Ben or I'm gonna
I
roll.
think it'd be
I'm
okay,
gonna roll- I'm
because
gonna
she's
do-
behind
No,
the chair.
realistically, it would be her because she was the
Moon
one
could've
trying to.
knocked
No,
it.
not you, her, because she
I'm
was the
gonna
one
roll-
trying
I'm
to
gonna-
convince
I'm
him
gonna
not
do
to
a-
do
I'm gonna do a
it.
coin
I
flip.
was been with him the
I
whole
am gonna do a
time.
coin flip at the nearest person he's
For,
going to
uh,
Would
threaten.
totally be me.
He's
It
gonna
would-
threaten the. He's gonna threaten the
I held
nearest
his hand.
person. He's gonna threaten
I
the
held his
nearest
hand.
person.
Okay.
I would say so, but
I think
Give-
you would think it's Moon because she's near the chair, and the chair's what got
yeah,
bumped.
I think it's gonna be somebody, but I think it's either gonna be Ben or Larry. It's most likely I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna give Larry the quote unquote advantage to being pointed at here,
Yeah.
but because the nearest people he can
Yeah,
threaten to get that scroll back, the nearest person he can threaten to get that scroll back, he's gonna threaten somebody. He wants that thing destroyed. So
I mean,
give
I
me
am
one
the most likely person to have done something.
Yeah, you are. All right, so 1 and 2 is Larry. A 3 is Ben. Cool. You watch as he grabs his railgun, whips it around, and just jams it right into your neck, and you can see that his finger is inches away from the trigger. This is a point blank
my
shot.
hands up in-
This is right at your head. If he pulls the trigger, it's going to crit.
Yeah.
This is a raw crit as it is. It's right at your head. He's snarling at you, and you're here, and he goes, "Tell whoever grabbed that scroll, that invisible person. Where's that
I don't
zombie?
even know who that is.
Oh,
Don't lie to me. I am a wizard. I have
literally
used the
I was
invisibility
in here the
spell.
whole time.
I have used the invisibility spell my entire life."
I'm glad you did, but I was in here the whole time with you. How could I have known anything?
You watch this.
If anything, all I could see was
That's
you
a pretty
throwing
good
up fire.
compelling
You can
argument, I
hear
think.
you can hear the humming of the electricity right up against your ear. He goes, "I don't care if it was you, the rogue, that tiefling."
Look, the only
It's
thing
a
I
purple
remember is that
staff.
you were burning up things. I tried to stop you. You didn't want to listen, and you burned it up. That's like I just saw you throw fire everywhere.
I
So,
concentrated fire in a single spot.
I don't know
You-
anything about magic.
Wait, give
I
me.
swing a warhammer around. So you're asking the wrong person.
And I know plenty about magic. So now I'm going to tell you one quick thing. I pull
Okay.
this trigger, and we'll see how quickly your blood paints the walls. Tell whoever. I pause the movement for a moment right here. He goes, tell whoever has that scroll. The seal
But
would
I
have
don't
burned up
know
the
who has
river.
the scroll.
So he goes, "I don't care."
Okay,
He looks-
whoever has the scroll, put it back.
Yeah, you see Larry raising her hand in the air, screaming out, "Whoever has the scroll, put it back." He goes, "That seal would not have burnt that quickly. Wax does not melt in an instant like paper."
Wait,
Look,
can I cast prestidigitation?
You are
to make-
currently outside in the quarters.
Ah,
You
okay,
can't
yeah,
cast
I'm not
whisper
close
to
enough.
Moon? Can I
You are
whisper to
not
Moon?
there. You can whisper to Moon, but you have a stealth check of 11.
Moon, can you butt up to sleep?
As soon as he hears that,
What has she ever even been able to
as
do
soon
that?
as you hear that, Larry, you hear an
I die.
ominous as something as he goes, "One twitch. One twitch. Tiefling. Return me that scroll. And we won't have any problems.
Shooting her.
Tell
is-
your friend to return the scroll.
I did. I don't. They're not really my.
On the table now." Decca, it looks, it's up to you.
Can
Otherwise, Larry, either way, he's
hold-
pulling the
Shooting
trigger on
Larry
Larry.
isn't
He's pulling
going
the trigger
to
on
solve
Larry.
the problem.
Can I hold the scroll out towards him, but ready to inflict wounds?
No!
You want, yeah, Decca, you guys watch as Decca pulls the scroll out. Now it's
Can I stealth?
you see a floating red scroll in the air.
Bro,
I would like-
honestly just let me die. What am I gonna do? Like,
Well, it's a
I'd
very
like
tense
to-
situation here.
to
Any move,
shut
it's
down.
like a powder keg
This
situation here.
man's about to join his wife, all right?
I would like to subtly just turn off the spell.
You can't just turn off my spell.
Can I casted
He
it?
just stops focusing on.
I can't turn off your
Can I
spell.
come
I can turn off
closer so
my
I hear all of
invisibility.
this?
Yeah.
Off invisibility,
Well,
that's
go
fine.
ahead, roll me a
Oh,
stealth check because he's on a knife's edge. Zero.
Yeah, but he's
if
also.
he hears any
okay,
action,
no.
if he hears any action,
I
Larry's gonna
I'm
take it. Larry's
Yeah.
gonna take a shot.
No,
Larry's gonna
I
take a
accepted
lightning
my
shot
fate.
to the side of her head.
I
Whether
accept
she
my
dies
fate.
or not is
damn it.
okay. All right.
I am going to
Not-
die. Like,
What?
accept
I'm
Ben, why'd
giving
you
him
roll
a
the
stealth
scroll. I'm giving him
I
the
thought you told me to
scroll.
roll a
Don't do
stealth check to,
anything.
No,
to
you.
disenchant
Zero.
it.
Zero, you
Zero,
start
oh.
creeping closer. You start hearing there's a commotion inside, and
good sitting
Eravoon
over.
sounds mad.
Is there a chance I remember what the wind arcane sounded like?
Wind elemental? Yeah. I mean, it just sounded like wind.
Then I'd like to cast prestidigitation and create a sensory effect that mimics that to make
Yeah.
it sound like the monster's coming to distract
Yeah,
them.
suddenly you hear, kind of like
Joke's on her. It actually
blowing
is
right
away
through?
with all the noise.
from your position. You don't know if it worked, but inside, everyone has not twitched or moved, and he's holding out his free hand. As the gun is literally like the railgun's literally leaning right on Larry's shoulder, and like perpendicular, like to her head. Like it's just like there's this massive barrel extended from her head, and he's just gripping on. You can see. Ben, are you turning off invisibility?
I have that look that I already accepted that I'm doing.
Yeah, your hands are held up.
Turn it off.
There's this
No, I
massive
did.
barrel.
Yeah.
I like
Okay,
to pretend. I'd like to act out. I'm really worried, right? Hey guys, I just heard something and I don't know what's going on. What's taking y'all so long? Like, I don't know what that wind sound was, but it's strangely familiar to what I heard earlier. Like, huh? we gotta figure something out, because if not, I don't want to get pinched in this room with any elemental.
Roll me a persuasion check and roll fucking high.
Oh.
This man does not want that scroll fucking alive.
Shooting Larry isn't going to change anything.
Yeah.
Damn!
Nice. Okay, cool. You can see that there's a little bit of concern across everyone's face as he still holds up, but should have said with disadvantage because Ben dropped invisibility at that time. Ben, you drop invisibility drops, and Deck is sitting there holding out the scroll, and you can see magic crackling on his fingers for inflict wounds. Zero, roll another persuasion check, and we're doing it to disadvantage. You have no idea what's going on in his room, but there's a bunch of decisions being made without your consensus.
Inspiration,
17.
Jazz.
Jazz
Hold
was
on,
late.
she was late. Damn it.
I was what?
You were late.
You don't have inspiration.
I was trying to get you to use inspiration, but you didn't have it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think something is down to the south. I'm not sure, and it's getting damn close. What's going on in here?
Everyone goes, the scroll.
Oh, you found the scroll? Let's get it destroyed and let's leave.
Hand me the scroll, elf. And this guy, his hand.
Fine.
Just let me
Fine.
This is
here. Take it.
It's okay.
Toss it
Don't
here.
kill my friend.
Toss it here.
Aww.
Take it. I'm 2 feet from you, bro.
I see that inflict wound spell. I am not stupid. You will throw it this way. Or your friend here feel
Nice.
thousands of volts of electricity hit her temple in an instant.
Dekka, just give him the
This is
fucking
Dekka right here. You guys can influence him, but at the end of the day, this is Dekka. Dekka, we are. This is one of those decisions in a video game that you click and like your companion dies or whatever, and they never.
I'm ready to die. No, kill me. I'm ready.
You do have a lot of health, but he's got a crit.
Yeah.
This is an auto crit.
Yeah, I'm ready.
The railgun does 2d12 worth of damage, so that'll be 4d12 plus his modifier at point blank range. And he's gonna have multiple shots as well. So the first shot
Ready, Dekka.
followed by another shot.
Kill me.
Kill you.
It's okay.
He literally goes, toss it
I
here.
accepted it.
Okay,
No,
I'm
kill
going
it.
to toss it in the air above his head, and then as he looks up at it, shoot him with necrotic bolt.
Why are we trying to shoot him? Why are we fighting this guy?
So we can keep the scroll, you dumb bitch.
Why
Okay,
scroll?
nice.
Do not do this.
Okay, nice.
Mage
Outside
armor.
of everything.
Hey, that's not
Why
fair.
don't we just keep? Why don't we just
No,
keep
he
the
would've-
ashes and see if I can mend it?
That's on me. That's on me. Okay, cool. Go ahead and target it with
Do not do this.
Go ahead and target
We
him.
tried, it's
with
done.
the
Toss him the
scroll.
scroll. I want to see him go for the scroll first before I attack him.
Deca, you
What
tried,
would I have
it's
to roll
done.
to stop Deca
If he doesn't
mid-attack?
try to
Not
get the
in the
scroll and he
room,
lets
Jess.
it bounce off his
Yeah,
fucking
but
bald
oh
head.
fuck, I'm not.
No, I mean he's okay. So Deca, you toss it up at him. You watch his eye flicks up, and he's gonna go and reach for the scroll to try to grab it.
Cool, I'm shooting him in the
No,
fucking face.
do not.
Wait, when he does that, can I duck?
Yeah, you're 5 feet away from him. That's what disadvantage, my guy. Go
Can
ahead.
I jump
Oh,
in the way
never
of it?
mind. I don't
You
think
can jump in the way of it. You can do it's at disadvantage.
Don't
Go
be
ahead.
stupid, Ben.
You
Don't
have
be
a decision.
stupid.
Well,
to
wait,
make.
if I'm then I can still just touch him then with.
Yeah, you can touch him. You then it won't have disadvantage. Yeah.
All right, I'll just use inflict wounds then.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
And do you want me to still duck? Do I still need to?
I want
Yeah, you
you
can still
to
duck.
attack
We'll
him
say-
with everything
we'll
you
say-
got at the same time.
we'll say- we'll say-
attack him. Okay.
Why are we trying? No, we cannot kill this dude. He did nothing wrong.
Who gives a fuck?
I
It's
do.
your decision. It's your decision.
He's
I'm
trying to
attacking
kill
him whether
me.
you want me to die or him to die.
He
It's
wants
up to
to.
you.
I would say he's made it very
He's
clear
trying
that he wants the scroll.
Kill me. He's trying to kill me for no reason. I wasn't.
Go
even
ahead,
trying to-
Deca, make your call. 0, you are unfortunately too far out.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Bro.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You watch as soon as he grabs the spell, he drops the gun temporarily, and he goes, Aracha! And you watch it yourself, phase, and you just touch him in the chest as he counterspells the spell. Instantly, he grabs his gun, and he's gonna, you duck out of the way as all you hear is a, as this bolt of electricity hits the side of the wall. We're doing combat. We're rolling combat, and he's just counterspelled your magic spell, of course.
No, we can use some help.
We are doing initiative right now. Let's fucking go!
Yes.
I knew
This is
some
the
of you
boss
guys were
battle
gonna
I
try
wanted.
it. I knew one of you guys were gonna fucking try this. All right. I fucking
300 IQ,
knew
okay?
one of you
Leave me
guys were
alone.
gonna do this.
Yes, he rolled so shit.
Oh, that's not
No,
me.
wrong person.
That was me.
God damn it. How do you roll 2 ones?
Do not once.
Let me go.
I rolled a nat 20.
Nice. Okay.
Come on, dude.
Give me 1 second here. Unfortunately, it
No,
looks like
I'm using my inspiration on that.
Okay, go ahead, reroll then. And I'll just update it. Just tell me the number and I'll update it. I need to find.
Since I'm not in the
Well, let me
room, do I
reroll.
still roll initiative?
Yes, but you wouldn't know what's going on.
Wait.
It'll still be your turn.
Wait,
You'll still be moving.
What? I can't re-roll it.
Just slash 1d20 plus 3. Just copy that formula and
I
reroll
was
it.
willing to die, and guys, that could try to save me. With thank you,
Wait, plus the
do you
point
mean? I did
zero,
too.
whatever.
Yeah, it's plus a 0.6. Yeah.
thank you, Ben.
So what's that total to be? Go ahead, just slash reroll. Okay, 0 roll to 20.
Wait, what?
Okay, time for Aravoon to roll.
Oh, I'm
Oh, okay.
stupid. Okay. Oh,
Cool.
my old one was better.
Oh, okay. So we'll stick with the 9.16. Cool.
Fuck.
Ben, you're up first.
Ben, destroy this motherfucker.
Ben, you're up first.
What is talking to him? What is that?
No, Ben,
action
kill
wise?
him.
You can use your action to try to calm him down, but you're gonna have to have something. He has the scroll in his hand right now, so he might be willing to just calm down and like stop it. But I mean, Deca just tried to inflict
Why are
wounds.
you trying
He's a
to
wizard.
kill him, dude?
He's a wizard. He used a counter spell. The only thing he wanted was that scroll. So maybe you could talk him down. Give me an argument.
Is there a
I
way I
want
can
the
stand in
scroll,
between
so-
them, or is that like on the
Yeah,
table?
you can put yourself between them.
Unless
yeah.
you're gonna get the scroll for us, I'm going to keep attacking.
Okay, so that's what Deca says out loud. Deca, do you say that out loud? You'd say that out loud, Deca, as in character.
I don't know, man. I think we gotta put your homie out of his misery.
Pumpkin. Okay.
Pumpkin.
You have the scroll. We don't need to fight.
But we need the scroll.
No, we don't.
We don't need
Yes,
it.
we do.
We need it.
We need our
The
friend to
scroll will be
live.
destroyed. I'm willing to back down if you let me burn this room. But if you're
Becca, I'll
willing to try to
literally-
take it from me, I will burn it the moment
Becca.
you twitch.
Becca,
I mean,
I'll
obviously
literally-
he has magic to just. He's just gonna burn it. He goes, I will launch a fireball in this room.
I was about to say-
I was gonna
I was
say,
about to
think
say
about
that.
it. If he really wants to, he can destroy it at any point, and we both know he's ready to
I
die.
mean, it's gonna
for
be
it.
his action, but yeah, Ben, you're talking to him. His action, he's got a multitude of things he can do with his action, and one of them is just. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of you. This is a juicy target, man. Blow himself up.
Do you have blueprints for a better pistol?
Well, this is Ben's turn, by the way. So we'll say you can ask that when it's your turn. But
Fuck.
Ben, this is you.
Can I allow
He
him
said
to
he's
ask on
willing
my
to go
turn?
down.
Yeah. What do you want to say? Yeah. You say okay. You back down. He goes, you take that zombie out of the room. You all stand on that side of the room while I burn this scroll. Then I'll lower my weapon.
Becca?
Fine, fuck. Everyone's always hating on the fucking zombie.
No!
Oh,
He didn't. We're not here to fight him.
just
I don't
like
give a
that,
fuck. I
was
wanted the
listening.
scroll.
Why?
Because it's cool. And it's a one-of-a-kind item. There's only one in existence.
He's not
It'll
wrong.
never exist again, and you're gonna let him destroy it, you fool.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
That is true.
He's not wrong. But
Yes,
what would your
100%.
what would your
I
character
agree.
do?
No, I agree with Deca on this one because it's literally like a one.
You can, of course, you guys don't have to kill him, or obviously you can tackle him,
No, we don't.
restrain him, etc. Right? But he's going to fight to destroy his. He's
Exactly
made it
why
very
we
clear.
have to kill him. He doesn't. If he dies, he'll be reunited.
You can knock him
with his
out. I
wife.
mean, you can reduce his HP to 0 and say it's non-lethal. Like the last strike, you like pound him on the head, and you guys just escape and run. He'll be knocked out. No doubt, you have made an enemy, right? But at least
A
you'll get the
powerful
scroll.
one too. I think it would be better that we just kill him and he's reunited with his wife, and we get the scroll.
Then that means we're gonna be down an ally. We might already be down an ally.
Well, he's not an ally. He is
He
just
was.
an
He
acquaintance.
could have been. He could have been an ally
He's
to help
not.
us fight.
Well, he
He's
did
not-
say
He's
that
not an ally,
he
he's
did say
destroying stuff.
he did say that after he dealt with Belron, he would be willing to upgrade and enhance and like work with you anything
That is
outside
Yeah.
of
He wanted to enhance our weapons, and now you're fucking it up.
he already agreed to help you like before the long rest too. Ben asked and he was like, I need to see this mission through, blah blah blah, right? Like, but he's not gonna make you guys new firearms.
But he would upgrade our swords and stuff.
like my
yeah,
staff
enchant-
or
enchant-
like
enchant-
my
Unlimited
alchemy.
railguns.
What?
Enchantments,
Like that.
alchemy.
But we'd also have to have like the ability to actually make them
Yeah, but you
with
guys-
an
and the
area.
ability
Do
to
you
use
know
them
how many
properly.
bags of holding we could trade this one blueprint for?
He's also not wrong either.
Yeah, but then that'll cause mass chaos upon the world.
Who gives
mean,
a fuck?
to
We
be
got unlimited
honest-
bags of holding.
To be
We can just
honest,
hide in the bag.
someone. Think about it. Someone else is gonna learn how to make these
like it.
guns.
We don't know
I
that.
don't think.
It might be
No, they
a
never
while.
will. That's
I
why
mean,
we
they
need this.
they
Yeah,
could.
well,
No, the chance is always there.
No, Ben's right. The chance is always there that someone would be inspired to make it, but the original sort of person, like the genius, it's like one of those once in like a millennia geniuses, right? That's Erebor.
That's why I'm saying we can't let him destroy it. We have to kill him and reunite him with his wife.
Unearthly courage.
But we're going to
It-
die.
We're not gonna die.
Well, he
He's gonna
used one
die.
of his
We couldn't
bullets
even
already.
defeat
He's
the
got-
false
he's
Hydra.
got
We are
one-
going to
he's got one shot left.
die.
He has nope. Larry's right. He has one more shot of his gun, but
He
he's
does.
also a wizard who was able to cast Leo
And
Min's tiny
wizards,
hut.
as we know, have lower AC and lower health.
They have the most powerful spells in the game.
Lower AC and lower health.
Oh, yeah, you.
He really wants that scroll. Look, at the end of the day, either way, but I think it's such a waste.
No, he could
to
up.
get us something that-
Go ahead.
No, it's just saying I think it's such a waste to
Oh.
get rid of something like something that could
Oops,
literally help
okay.
somebody. Just because,
Thanks.
yeah, like the wrong person can get it, whatever. But like at the end of the day, it still could help. Like, why would you get rid of something that could help somebody? Like, it's so weird to me. But
Think
I
about
mean,
the power we
whatever.
can wield.
Yeah, I mean that's his
Okay.
character. I'm
What is
obviously
this
as a
voice?
DM, I've designed these characters
Yeah,
for
yeah,
specific instances,
yeah.
right? So that's his thoughts are right there. That's his
I
thoughts.
know. That's
And unfortunately, you didn't roll. Yeah, you
you
didn't too high of a persuasion check.
no.
But so Ben, it's up to you. What are you doing?
I am going to attempt to push Deca out the door.
Okay, Deca, are you letting him or are you resisting? If you're resisting, there'll be an athletics check.
on Ben.
What?
It's not your turn, so it'll be it's still combat. But it's still combat.
What did he say?
not-
I will attack you, Ben.
Next turn, he said when it's his turn, he'll attack you apparently. But if you shove him, Ben, and Deca's unwilling to be shoved, it'll be an athletics check. Contest.
Why are you trying to fight us, dude?
This is a one. You're fighting me. You're fighting
No!
the
you're-
potential of the team.
What is your vote? Because right now it's him and Larry against me.
This is a one-of-one item, and we can just reunite the motherfucker with his wife. He's sad as shit anyway. It's not like
But
wants to
he
keep
can
living.
upgrade our weapons.
Dude, we can get the most upgraded weapon.
No!
Not wrong.
Not only do we get a free railgun,
Do you
but
know
we got
how
the
hard
blueprint to
it'll
make
be
more.
and how long it'll take to figure out the blueprints and make it ourselves? And then on top of that, we're gonna have to
Well,
figure
you
out
can
how to
always get
use
help
it.
from a master artisan.
Right, we
We
know
were
a
going
master
to have
artisan that I
to
gifted.
use it, and we don't have the knowledge to
We
wield them
can give the
efficiently.
scroll. Look, another gift for the master artisan that will now just make us free fucking railguns.
What?
Well, not free, but
Well, wait, master
Well, you
artisan.
You need the various materials. I expected one of you guys to try this, so I do have a list of materials you need to actually build a railgun. And Deck is right. One of the people that would be able to is on that list. So it's there. You'll need resources. You can go. You guys can all turn dark side and fucking murk this guy. Kill Erevan. Take his railgun. Hide his body. Pretend you never met
you don't
him.
even need
Never
to hide the
saw him.
body. I'll corpse exit the
We
motherfucker and we'll
could
decompose
do
him to
the
nothing.
plan that you
Yeah,
originally
exactly.
wanted to do.
And
You
plus,
can-
if he
What?
dies, then technically,
Where
are
he
we
was-
doing our job where we have like captured the team of the
Where we
person?
find his body and he's like, oh,
Yeah,
he
and then you guys
died
can
trying to
if you guys
the
kill him, you guys can go
elemental.
back to capturing the elementals and get gold.
Look, so my corpse exit, the last two sentences, you vanish and crawl out of the corpse of an undead rib cage fully intact. You reduce the zombie or skeleton to dust afterwards.
So then there would be no evidence of him. But you know, what's the consequence with loci? What's the consequence with any of the other stuff? You know,
Nothing.
I mean, I don't have anything holding me down.
yeah, so, yeah, Larry's fine. Larry's fine. But,
I ain't got no bitches holding me back.
no, Larry, you're right. But I'm saying that there are consequences to your actions, just as there's the consequence of trying to steal a scroll from a dwarven wizard who has goals and aspirations, and he knows what he wants. So Ben, what do you want? What do you want, Ben? Right now.
I want
your
Deca
turn.
to stand down.
It's not gonna happen.
So you're gonna have to
With
shove
us
him
or
out the
against
door.
us.
You can be like, what you can say, Ben, if you want. You can be like, you can make an escape path for him so he can run.
This is the most valuable item we could ever
I mean, he
loot.
did break the
This is
No,
the
it's
most
not.
valuable
Do you know
item
how
we
many
have ever come
valuable
across.
items there are
No,
in
this
the
is the most no. So far, this is the most valuable item we have come across.
so far? Probably. I mean, I disagree because I got low side, but
to a fake Hydra.
Yeah, we did not come all this way to not get the best loot we could possibly
he can
get.
upgrade our loot uniquely. We would have weapons that
We
others
know
don't
a
have.
master artisan that we can also ask to upgrade our shit.
Not like he can.
We
You
have
to- you
blueprints.
have-
We
you-
can steal
you-
all the papers here.
Well, he burned all of them except the scroll.
Oh well,
That
that's
was the
true.
first try.
But
That was the first. But the only thing left is the blueprint of this scroll, which you can obviously assume is this prototype electro gun.
but even
Like, there's
this can
nothing
be
more valuable to
re-engineered.
him at the moment.
It can be deconstructed, made into other
Yeah.
things.
No, he's not wrong. It'll take time,
Like,
but it's
the
something
technology
that's
that
possible.
we gain from this is far more valuable than this man's life.
Yeah, it's up to you.
he can make all of those later on. He can make the
But he
railgun again.
doesn't want- the thing is, he said he isn't going to.
Well, there's always time. There's always, on the other hand, there's always time to convince him to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but
These are his
There's
feelings
always
now,
a
right
chance.
after his wife died.
What do you want to do? All right, with that, I think that's enough argument for now. Ben, gotta make a decision. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't want him to just run away either, because then we lose our upgraded weapons. I am going to push Deca, try to get him out the door.
All right, Deca, roll me an athletics check. Ben, roll me an athletics check.
Oh fuck. Ben, roll a fucking 1, you bitch.
And roll me an athletics check.
Roll a fucking 1 or my tiny ass is gonna kill you, I swear to God.
No, you're not.
You motherfucker.
You watch as Ben shoves
rolling
Deca 10 feet out the door. That's a basic shove. 10 out the door. Okay, that's your. I'm gonna take this from the. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate. Shove is a bonus action, so shove is a bonus action. It's actually so cool that shove is a bonus action. So,
This motherfucker.
bonus action. So you have an action left, Ben. And obviously you've got the rest of your movement.
Larry,
Your
I'm
move
counting on you.
Ben, what's your
Don't
action?
let him destroy it.
You're closing the door?
Shut the door, yeah. Is that an action?
This is a Lord of the Rings. My
No,
precious
that's
moment.
great. That's great. Just it's a quick door shut.
I am going. Can I move this? Push. Let me click. Push the cabinet over in front of the door.
Yeah, you can use an action there. He's not gonna, because you made that action. He's not gonna make an attack of opportunity to you. He just kind of watches you as you.
Come on, get out of the
We'll
way.
say we'll say that Larry, Moonchild moves out of the way as you push the cabinet in front of the door. Everyone looks at you and goes, "What are you doing?" But that's the only thing he says real quick. You've got action. Your action's done. Your bonus action is done. You've got movement and a quick, brief words with him before it's his turn.
I'll calm him down later after the scroll's destroyed.
Okay, so you end your turn.
Let him destroy.
Okay. You watch as everyone narrows
My
his eyes,
turn.
and you watch as in his hand, fire starts to coalesce. Larry, you're in the room. You immediately recognize that it is the produce flame spell, which is exactly like it sounds like. It literally just produces a flame. Have you watch as the scroll goes up in flames. He watches the wax seal starts to melt, drips underground. Pieces of paper just disintegrate, falls down. That's gonna be his action. He looks at you for a moment, Ben, and goes, "Is that zombie going to kill me? I have things to do before I die."
I doubt it.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I can handle him.
He's gonna narrow his eyes. You're gonna have to roll a persuasion check, I think, against his insight.
I'm being serious. I wasn't lying.
But you still gotta. He's gonna automatically assume you're lying, right? You guys made this aggressive action against the man.
Did not.
Unfortunately.
I didn't do nothing. I just stood there.
Well, you
I
did
just
do
stood
nothing,
there.
Blair.
I just stood there too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Simple.
He doesn't know that. I just stood there.
Yeah. He just invisibility has words. But you rolled a good enough stealth check,
But
so I'll say.
well,
let's
I
say-
did it outside.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah. So we'll say that for a moment he goes, "All right, fine."
Less
Watch as
talking.
he lowers
Destroy this
his
world.
weapon, and he's not gonna get aggressive, which means that combat will end. If that's what you want.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm
He-
not
he
gonna
watches
attack
he
him. I
lowers his-
want
he
him
lowers
to
his
help
gun.
us.
And what we're gonna say,
The mind that created the item is way more important than the item itself.
you watch as he slowly lowers his gun. He goes, "Right. I don't know what games you're playing at here, but I'm starting to rethink our little relationship. Here's my side of the deal. You help me kill that lightning elemental. Then we chain and blast off the heads of the rest. That lightning elemental needs to die. Taming it is going to be near impossible. It has no physical body. Grappling it is... You can't touch and hold electricity like you could earth or ice. Even wind itself is more malleable than lightning. You stop these elementals, I will promise to build you weapons, not firearms, that will go up against strahd. But if you ask for a single firearm, then what already exists, the basics, a black sulfur itself, I will not help you. And if that zombie makes a single move, I will not help you.
Put him in check once so we can do it again.
Roll another precision check. Obviously, he doesn't believe you. I mean, you clearly didn't put him in check whenever he tried to inflict wounds on him, right? So he's just gonna go ahead, roll and read another persuasion check.
Failed. Persuasion.
He's not very insightful. I guess. Or maybe he's willing to believe. He goes, I'm willing to believe. Willing to believe in the Outlanders one more time. Watch as he stomps on the rest of the wax, squishes it out. Combat's no longer done, so Zero, you have a chance to do or talk or anything. We watch as Arvin starts to move his way over to the cabinet and starts to drag it aside.
You
Goes,
should let us go out first.
Right. Now, we have to deal with that air elemental that your other friend mentioned. If it's to the south, we might want to take care of it before we go after the lightning one. Go on. Make sure that zombie isn't in my way. Then you start to pull the cabinet apart. You creak open the doors. Deca, what are you doing?
Standing there.
Well, you didn't.
I want to go up to Deca real quick.
What did she see from her point of view?
Zero puts his way in front of Deca for a moment. Go ahead, Zero.
What the hell were you thinking? Like,
I still want this scroll.
If the weapon exists and Barovia gets destroyed, I will fucking murder you before you even get to shoot that weapon.
I
You
still
hear
want
me,
the
Becca?
weapon.
I don't give a shit. Let it be destroyed. But if Barovia dies because of you, I will have a fucking issue with you. Do you understand
Barovia
me?
will survive.
You watch as everyone pushes his way past you, Zero, and looks
Can
at
I
you.
roll to smack him?
Everyone?
No, I want to smack him.
She's the old man out of anger.
Yes, smack him. Yes, smack him.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll to smack him. Give me a dexterity roll, ability check.
I am readying myself in case Deca makes a move on him.
Oh yeah, you do not hit. Deca, unless you let her hit, Deca. Your AC is definitely higher than a 9, so unless you let her hit.
I'm gonna duck.
I don't want to do damage, but I just want to smack him.
You watch as Deca ducks out of your smack goes wide, and Erwin goes, I don't know what kind of group you're running with. The last one I thought was a mess, but this one
is the best.
Either
Come
way,
on, we have work to do.
I'm not dealing with you right now, Deca.
Sorry.
Watch as he starts to
I'm
push through.
pissed off at you.
He starts to go
just
move, zombie. You watch as he starts to push his way through. You goes, yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
And you watch as he moves back. He goes, pray to Moradin that Belrun kills me. That's when you get this gun.
Okay.
So basically,
good.
pray that he dies at the hand of Belron.
I'm praying. Don't worry about it.
He agreed to upgrade our weapons.
I don't hear the wind anymore, so maybe it walked away, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you watch back. He goes, yeah, that's good. You watch, Zero. You look out and you can see, obviously the bridge is part of the map, so I can't erase it, but you see two sets of destroyed bridges. As you kind of peek out, you can see in there, you can see some various Dwarven guards kind of eyeing you. One of them looks up and goes, whoa! Is that a tiefling? What the hell's a tiefling over there? Hey! You watch as everyone walks out, and you see the massive guns on his shoulder goes, hey, Fairgay, relax, they're with me. And the other dwarf goes, you're mad! Uran will have your head! If he knows who could kill those things. Erwin just has a smile and goes, Ron won't find me once I'm done. Keep up the good work, my friend. You watch, and you can see that there are multiple bridges just destroyed, right? Unlike on the first level, all these bridges are destroyed, not allowing any entrance paths. You can see multiple dwarves there. Oh, they're all whispering, goes, the hell are those guys? Never seen them before. Outlanders? Well, they kind of see that, Ben. You start to creep. Go ahead, roll me a stealth check as you kind of turn the corner, and you can see the air elemental moving slowly. This massive air moving past. Go ahead, roll me a stealth check, Bess. The rest of you guys see all these dwarves. Everyone gives them one more.
Oh no!
Oh, it's almost 1.
It's still a 9.
It is 1 a.m.
It's still a 9.
Still a 9, but we're gonna end the session there, and we're gonna end with the start of a combat round. As Ben, as you try to step around the corner, one of your legs gets wedged between the tracks and gets stuck a minute. You catch yourself, you fall over, you catch the wall, and all you guys are busy, like, kind of looking at the doors. Ben, all you hear, an ominous sound, the sound that all thieves and rogues and sneaky people of the night fear, the clattering of stones upon woodwork and stone. And then suddenly, the teacher turns around and there's a blast, like just like a roar, but it's like almost soundless, and all you can feel upon your skin is just air blowing back your face. We're gonna start next. Nice. We're gonna start next session with combat. Just for the hell of it, let's roll for initiative here. As you guys are all looking at the dwarves, you guys don't know where Ben went because he decided to sneak up ahead. We're rolling initiative here. And that's when we're going to start next session.
Initiative.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I packed back on.
All right.
Apology.
That is going to be the end of our session, guys. I hope you guys had fun. There was a lot of role play, a lot of talking, a very tense situation where you guys were seconds away from making a decision that would not come back.
Brian's like, all right, this is the end of the campaign.
No. I mean, like, I believe Deck is right. You would have killed him, but casualties is the key word here. Who comes out alive or who is not just flat out downed? Yeah, that's a different story. But for now, you guys managed to calm down Erwin. He's suspicious of you. He's not completely trustworthy, but he's taking Ben by his word here. And if I would say all of you guys at least have met dwarves and worked with dwarves in the past, dwarves are bound by honor and loyalty, and should you break an oath, a promise, woe be to the one who crosses a dwarf.
Yep.
Their ingenuity knows no bounds, and their revenge as deep. So Ben, you best make sure that you keep your promise of keeping Deke in check and everything else you promised him. Otherwise, you get a feeling that Erwin, with his ingenuity and knowledge and his work in the arcane, he might have a few answers you might not have, Ben. So, I know that when there wasn't much combat, I know we didn't really technically go much far, but you were able to develop a relationship and rapport with Erwin. And if you guys keep your side of the promise, if you help him defeat the elementals, there might be upgraded weapons, unique upgraded weapons in the future for you. My idea is pretty simple. Basically, if you manage to get him out without any, basically like Erwin will remember this, like Erwin disapproves or whatever without a lot of those, and your relationship turns sour. Basically, I will be more than happy to have you guys tell me custom weapons and be like, hey, I want a weapon that does this, and I'll try to balance it, and you might be able to even get that weapon. So up to you. But obviously no firearms. Obviously he has a whole thing against firearms. But yeah. I hope you guys had fun, guys.